Initial reports suggested at least 4 animals were seen by residents, though officials have stressed. Officials said this is the first known incident involving monkeys at large within the city. Owning exotic animals is prohibited under St. Louis ordinances, and authorities have not identified any licensed facility or legal owner connected with the animals. With assistance from the St. Louis Zoo, the monkeys were identified as vervet monkeys, also known as green monkeys. You can see a little hint of green in that fur, right?
Yeah. Nick asked a reasonable question. Are we certain these are not from the Mississippi monkey wreck? And they've just now made it to Missouri.
I think that might have been a different kind of monkey, but I'm not sure.
That's what they told you.
It's a valid question.
Yeah.
It is a valid question.
Least shocking thing in the article, the species is native to sub-Saharan Africa and not native to Missouri.
Not Missouri, so they didn't grow up here.
Yeah, they have emphasized zoo was not involved in the housing or transporting the animals.
Immigrant monkeys.
And they are pointing out to, be careful that these animals are unpredictable.
And there was an update this morning. The search is off.
Oh, we've caught them all?
No, they couldn't find them.
Oh, so we just called the search off.
Yeah, they just called the search off. And the AI pictures Jim was talking about made it just like even more of a mess to get any good information on where the monkeys could be.
Well, that's what I was seeing, that they, because of so much social media traffic, it was making it harder to find where the monkeys were being really sighted because they couldn't get a lead on who saw the monkey because there were so many fake monkey sightings.
Oh, that's amazing.
I had a buddy that lived in Kenya back, before he actually relocated in like 6th, 7th grade, and thought about monkeys in the backyard all the time, but like not being obviously indigenous to around here, like how do they survive and how long can they survive?
It's a great question. I don't know now.
I mean, St. Louis is cold. I'd be going south.
As Smuff is pointing out, the monkey on the far right is ready to
he's got lipstick out.
To increase the population of the monkeys in Missouri.
It's very subtle.
It's very subtle, but I believe.
Oh, I see it now.
I believe he's interested in making more monkeys in Missouri.
Yeah, monkey around.
That's right. Never know what happens.
But I shocked the monkey. Yeah.
So,
brass monkey.
Yes, that's Funky Monkey.
Before stealing a used Stanley Cup from a female coworker, an accused thief remarked that the insulated tumbler, quote, would be a great to hold breast milk, investigators allege.
Oh, my.
Now, cops yesterday arrested Ariana Moss, 29, on a misdemeanor charge in connection with the December 29th theft at a recreation complex in Largo, Florida. According to an arrest report, Moss was, quote, observed on video surveillance looking at the cup numerous times before taking possession of the victim's 40-ounce light blue Stanley Cup, concealing it under her lunchbox before exiting the recreation center. Moss, cops say, the 22-year-old victim frequently drinking that day from a $60 Stanley Cup, quote, during multiple interactions with the victim. At one point, a witness employee told police Moss had pointed to the cup sitting on an office cabinet and remarked, "This cup would be great to hold my breast milk." Now, pictured right there, Moss on the left, who worked as a supervisor, quit her job 3 days after the incident and has not been heard from since, according to cops.
Wait, she was the thief?
Yes.
Allegedly?
Yeah, she was the one that said that Stanley Cup would hold my breast milk nicely.
I assume she was being stolen from.
Yeah. She was arrested on Sunday night, booked into county jail, from which
activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
We interrupt this program for breaking news from the gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorney, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777 or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Well, all of a sudden, that $6.5 million offer for Ty Simpson looks like chump change. We'll tell you why his stock went up in the NFL when Dante Moore decided to stay at Oregon. That coming up in our opening segment. LTD&B. We start with basketball. Wild night in the SEC. You had buzzer beaters all over the place. And then Auburn loses at Missouri. There's no shame in losing at Missouri.
No, that's a really, really good team that Dennis Gates in year 4 has put together.
But there are some things that are happening with Auburn that are concerning. You watch them, and they just don't play a lot of players. They had 8 guys that played. One played 9 minutes. So we appreciate him giving some of the guys a breath. But basically you have 7 guys that are handling the bulk of what Stephen Pearl is asking them to do, which, help me, I'm just doing this off the top of my head. That's sort of, Bruce seemed to go 9, 10, 11, right, deep. And, I mean, I just tweeted it out a few minutes ago. You look at the minutes last night. You had Todd Pettiford played 31 minutes and 30 seconds. Kevin Overton played 31:44, and Keyshawn Hall played 37 minutes and 36 seconds. And this isn't NCAA tournament time when you get those extra commercial breaks and extra extended commercial breaks. That's a lot of wear and tear on 3 of the 7 guys who are carrying the weight. Yet their best basketball, their biggest comeback came at the 4 to 2 minute mark. I thought Missouri was going to throw away the lead there for a while without even getting across midcourt.
Well, Brown and I were watching at Odie's because we went on at 8 o'clock and we're like, just full disclosure, damn, this thing might go to overtime when they cut it to 6.
I wanted Auburn to win in regulation.
Yeah,
Missouri couldn't figure out how to get it across midcourt.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so funny because we were talking about Keyshawn Hall and just offensively how skilled he is with Ron Slay yesterday, and he has his worst offensive game of the year.
He does crawl to 16 straight double figures at 10 with 9 rebounds, but he barely got there. The headline on CBS Sports that I read twice yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Greatest scorer in portal transfer history in basketball.
I think P.J. Haggerty would have something to say about that this year.
That's who.
Oh.
That's who.
That was
statistically
number 2.
Was slightly.
Well, and they're both guns
ahead.
for hire. Those guys jump. But if Keyshawn doesn't have a big night, Auburn's in trouble. And you talk about the lack of depth. I mean, the fact of the matter is, and I don't know what the percentages are. We probably could see this if you dug around for it. But teams that play in the NCAA tournament, most only go 8 deep.
They do when they get to that point. Absolutely, 8 deep. But that's in my head. And help me in the chat room. In my head, it felt like Bruce ran around with 9, 10, 11.
Well, when you've only got 3 guys that are playing off the bench, literally only playing 8 guys, and 2 of those guys play 22 and 27 minutes. I mean, yeah, there is a depth problem. There is no doubt about it. And your best, most talented player, as good as Keyshawn Hall, is still Todd Pettiford. And Pettiford cannot find his shot.
Yeah, is he? Is he?
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
And Stephen Pearl's frustrated with him, isn't he? Because, there's something every game he gets asked about with Pettiford, and every answer is like he's got to do better, or whether it was...
I haven't done the math today, but, I brought up these last 5 games. He was shooting 18% behind the arc, and he was over 5 last night.
Yep.
So throw that on top. We're down probably to 13, 14%.
Probably, and how many assists did he have last night? And that's what Stephen was asked about, 2. And Stephen
3 rebounds.
He's got to do better than that. I mean, there's something with Pettiford every game that it seems like Pearl is asked about. And maybe not the Arkansas game. Everybody played well in that one. And each game he's got to kind of address it.
Yeah.
So, I think that is a problem, is your best player is not your best player.
Well,
right
look, I hate to bring in Alabama football and do an analogy, but, the sophomore slump, Ryan Williams, highest paid player on that Alabama roster. Pettiford's got to be the highest paid player on this roster.
Oh, it's
I would
got to
imagine,
be.
yeah.
Just to get him back out of the portal.
And look, I'm not taking
the draft.
any kind of shot at his motivation, character, any of that thing, but it is interesting.
Well, I think Stephen, to be fair, Stephen, took him from being a starter to coming off the bench for 2 games, and he said he's got to start doing things off the court like a leader is supposed to do, and he mentioned showing up on time. So that's
frustrating.
Yeah.
We've made a commitment to you, make a commitment to your program.
Well, we all have women in our lives. I don't think they value being on time at the same rate we do.
But you know that going in.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You ought to have 3 under the same roof. See how that works for you.
But it's I'm like, I mean, come on, we got to be there at this amount of time.
Well, it's one thing, and I've told this story before. I had a sales manager at Jocks, and he dated this girl, and they ended up getting married, and he said Monday we got up to go to work, and she was still in bed, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she's like, "I'm not working anymore."
That was it for me.
He's like, "What do you mean you're not working anymore?" "No, I'm married to you. I'm not working anymore." And he was like, and the marriage lasted 6 months. So, it's like she pretended to be a different person. If they're pretending like they're on time all the time, and then once you tie the knot, they start not being punctual, that's a problem. It's not their true colors. And you just wonder with Pettiford, I think we all believed he was going to the NBA last year.
I looked at an ESPN mock today. They had a new one out yesterday. Phylon, 15th to Golden State. 32 picks?
30
picks. No Todd Pettiford in the first round.
And
at this time last year, it was Pettiford that was ahead of Phylon, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was thought to be the better prospect, and Phylon has been terrific in his return, and Pettiford hasn't. I mean, you're naturally going to compare these two, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because they came in at the same time. They're playing in-state teams.
Pettiford's a preseason All-American.
I know, and they both wanted to go to the NBA, and they both chose to stay. So they're naturally going to get compared. And I was going to ask that question because on the show yesterday, Ron Slay said, the reason I like Phylon is you could tell the guys who put in the work in the offseason, and you can tell he did. And I would be interested if basketball people look at Pettiford, would they say the same thing?
Yeah, here's Stephen Pearl last night after the loss. So Missouri wins it 84-74. They had cut it to 6, Auburn had, from about 4 minutes to 2 minutes, and it looked like they were going to rattle Missouri enough to come back and win the basketball game. They're now 10-7 on the season with a tremendously tough schedule, but they're 1-3 in the SEC. And Stephen, a little disappointed last night.
Today, it just it didn't look right, and we had a sloppy walkthrough, and trying to insert some energy and get us going a little bit, and it just we looked hungover, and I'm not sure why. So I got to figure that out. I got to do a better job as a coach, in those situations, because we can't come out flat like that. We're not good enough to not be the more excited team and the team that plays with the most effort and energy. And in order for us to win these types of games, that's how we have to play, and we didn't do that tonight. So incredibly surprised and obviously disappointed myself for not being able to get them up and excited to play a really good team.
I want to, with the caveat of I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying when I hear Stephen talk recently, sometimes it sounds like he's getting treated like the substitute teacher.
Yeah.
Did you catch the same thing?
Yeah, that's actually the word I used when we were talking about Todd coming off the bench. You're treating him like a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
See, and that shouldn't be the case with the familiarity with that roster. But it's being an assistant and being a head coach, very different. And, these assistants, they've got different relationships. And I don't know. I mean, I think this was – I don't even want to – they cut it to 6 within, a minute and a half to go. So it's not like they got blown out.
No,
they did end up losing by double digits.
Yeah. It looks like they're playing hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think, 80% of that starting roster is really good.
Yeah, Missouri's a good basketball team.
They are, and
I don't think they're a great basketball team, but they're a good basketball team.
Yeah, Mark Mitchell's a guy that, man, with his size, he needs to learn how to shoot free throws, though.
There's not a calmer basketball coach
than Gates.
The guy never really gets upset about any call. Boy, in that little 4 to 2 minute stretch there, Auburn was getting turnovers and then quickly fouled, and they were going to the line, and a couple of those turnovers were like, is there a chance that maybe our guy got fouled? Is that why he lost it out of bounds here? But he never really screamed or went crazy or took his jacket off or loosened his bright yellow tie. He's a calm, cool, collected guy on the sidelines.
Yeah, look, and they're sitting at 3-1 now, and Auburn, obviously, the opposite, 1-3 in conference play right now. But I do think Missouri's a good team. Much like, and I forgot which one of you guys asked Slay about how you feel about the SEC.
Yeah.
I can't figure it out right now. I really don't know who's good, who's kind of on the fence and who's just not good.
It seems like we got about 14 teams that are going to fall into close to being the same category, which is going to make for, a lot of 500 teams. But
all 21, 22 wins.
Well,
the question is going to be, is it the NFC West or the NFC South?
Well, like who in America has had a better 4 days than Texas?
No, but
I mean, that was a team that coming into Saturday you didn't think was a factor in the SEC, and all they did was beat Alabama and Vandy.
But that's what you
games.
see with a really good coach in Sean Miller is teams that get better and better and better. But for them to do that 2-game sweep is pretty incredible where they were.
That's about as good a 4 day. Somebody else in the nation may have one better.
But the national people would say that's just showing you the top of the
That's
SEC may not be where it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, like Arkansas just plastered South Carolina last night, but they're coming off getting plastered by Auburn. So I don't know.
This sounds ridiculous on the surface, but because we are in NIL collectively as the totality of all these sports, do you think there's people we get to March are like, I'm telling you, man, this SEC, they've got all these teams hovering around, but it's not the SEC that we saw the last couple of years.
Oh, that's exactly what
I mean, and I'm saying they base it kind of on football, like all of these sports together aren't where they are. They it's a different world out there.
Baseball coming soon, though.
Yeah, Scott Forrester has weighed in from the back row, and I put a lot of weight into this because.
Well, let's let him say it. Give me his microphone, Scott.
And then I'll tell you why I put weight in this.
Go ahead.
We talking about what I said about Florida?
Yep.
Florida's still the best team. I think they're going to get it figured out. They've got so many of the pieces that they had last year. They are still one of the best teams in college basketball.
I agree. They're fast and big.
But you know what they don't have, and I don't disagree either, is they don't have Walter Clayton. And that was a guy that, like in those tight games, which you're going to have a handful of those, that guy, you could just give him the ball and he could take it over.
He was the difference.
He was the difference,
Boogie Fland is nowhere near.
No.
Nowhere near.
No,
Clayton was a 4 or 5 year guy that was so polished and had been, in so many different wars. And look, you don't have that guy. Again, most talented team, Todd Golden's a hell of a coach. You're missing a big element.
Yeah, but they're so good on the wings and underneath that they probably will end up winning the league when it's all said and done.
Yeah. The reason I put weight in that was Scott, probably late January last year, was like, guys, Florida's the best team in the country right now. Florida's the best team in the country right now. Florida's the best team in the country right now. Turned out Florida was the best team in the country. Scott was right. So Scott, on an early Florida call again, he's calling Florida early.
Florida is not the best team in the country, but they are the best team in the SEC.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see if Scott's right again on the Florida Gators.
I don't know when you said it. I felt the same way after seeing them down at Auburn when I was there in Neville last year, coming back, seeing Clayton Jr. take over that game, and he was dropping threes from basically the Auburn logo and in midcourt. And
I think Vanderbilt's still really good. I mean, that was a wake-up call last night. I do think Arkansas is good.
I mean,
I think Florida's good, but I don't think there is a team in the SEC, and I know it's early. I don't think there's a team that can win the national championship. I just don't.
Oh, I would agree.
Yeah. And that's kind of crazy that we're sitting here. Holy hell, how far out are we? 3.5 months before somebody's crowned a national champion?
First Monday in April.
Yeah, so, we're 3.5 months out.
And everybody keeps waiting for it to run out on A&M. I mean, they could easily be 3-0 in conference right now with road wins at Auburn and at Tennessee. I guess it's going to run out on them. I don't know. Or 4-0, I should
say. But you get used to a team like Tennessee being so solid. Tennessee's got so many question marks.
Yeah. That's how I got into the SEC discussion with Slay yesterday. You can go see that whole interview. Was Tennessee just doesn't look to be the bear they usually are. And then there's Alabama, who
just hanging around.
If they could just get some.
If they had another big.
If they had one more big, man.
Yeah.
If it was free agency, you could go draft a big somewhere, trade for them. You know? I mean, I may live long enough in college athletics where you may be able to trade between schools.
We got a trade deadline, and somebody's last in the conference, but they got a good stud.
I mean, honestly, like if you just went to the Quincy Ballard guy that had 17 boards against Alabama 2 nights ago for Mississippi State, that's all they need.
Oh, Mississippi State had 2 or 3 guys that looked like. I mean, I don't know if they can play basketball, but they can eat up some space underneath, man.
That's what Nate needs. Nate needs a little more physicality.
Yeah, get him a big man.
Somebody let Sherelle come off and grab a water and a towel real quick.
Yeah, because Sherelle's going to have to stay healthy and play 30-plus minutes night in, night out for this team to be able to beat the best of the best.
By the way, back to Phylon in the draft. There were people in the chat, I have not looked at these, that saying there are a lot of mock drafts that have Amari Allen in front of Phylon.
Did not see Amari Allen's name.
Yeah, well, there are a ton of mock
but
NBA
truthfully,
drafts.
I wasn't looking for Amari Allen's name, so I may have skipped right over
But
it.
way, I mean, y'all watched him. If he were a lottery pick, it wouldn't blow you away, would it?
Amari Allen?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I don't know the measurables. Like, I don't know, the quickness, the vertical. Like, he can do everything, and he just seems like a really, really good college player in year one. But, I mean, what was the guy coming out of high school? Wasn't he 3-star? Not that matters all the time, but normally you have to develop those guys.
No, exactly right. He's not the highest recruited newcomer on the Alabama roster.
Daniel says, I saw him mocked to the Spurs at number 13. So that's just outside.
Ask him where that mock is.
All right.
Is that ESPN's mock?
I'll
just
ask
looked
him.
over it.
I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may
Or
have
did our
jumped
buddy
over
Ryan
it.
Fowler do that?
Yeah. The show today being brought to you by a couple of great folks. One of them is our friends at Odie's. What was the question last night?
The question last night was, which came first? Was it Jeff Bezos or was it SpaghettiOs?
Oh, well, I was about to say SpaghettiOs because it was in the 60s, but I don't know how old Bezos is.
His
That's
birthday, we talked about it on Monday. He was 62 on Monday.
I'm going to say SpaghettiOs by a year.
That was my answer.
Spaghetti-O to me came around in, I'm going to say Spaghetti-O came in 62 and Bezos in 63.
What do you think, Jeeves?
I think Bezos was a little earlier because I think SpaghettiOs was a later Chef Boyardee project because Chef Boyardee was making stuff back in the Great Depression.
I remember one of the last times that I ever threw up. It was one of those things, like the last time I threw up was December 26, 2009. But when I was living out in L.A., I remember I ate so my hangovers would be so bad I wouldn't get nauseous till the end of the day, like 3 or 4. And I remember throwing up in my shower, and it was the Waldo SpaghettiOs. And there were Waldos everywhere. Anyway, Bezos, again, 62, 1964. SpaghettiOs, 1965. Very tight.
Can't get SpaghettiOs at Odie's, though.
You cannot get SpaghettiOs at Odie's, but you can get a lot of great food.
Yeah, you can.
When they walk by, and it was kind of towards the end of trivia, and that waft of the wing smell, their wings smell so freaking good at Odie's. Award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches. Stop in, go see Will Haver and that great staff. Live music every Friday and Saturday night. A great place to watch all of the NFL action this weekend. And, of course, the national championship Monday night. Either location, the newest in the newest in Edgewood, original in Crestline. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
And our friends at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys.
That's right, Shannara.com. Shannara.com is where you go. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. This is a guy that for 25 years has been helping his community of Birmingham, and he has built a firm that has more now than 500 employees, 150 attorneys. So they've got people that can handle your case, and they've recovered more than $2 billion in that 25 years. $2 billion. That's insane. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Shannara.com for whatever legal issue you face. Shannara.com.
All right. So, by the way, you guys asked how I looked yesterday. I don't know what it is today, but at one point yesterday it was just over 10,500 players in the transfer portal. Now, I don't understand this part of it. Of those 10,500 plus, 6,846 of them still have eligibility left. So I guess you throw your name in there hoping they find some kind of eligibility for you.
Yeah, just in case.
But 6,846 with eligibility left as of Wednesday morning. And this is going to shock you. They are not 6,846 eligible spots out there for you to go.
Okay, so you got to give me that number again because I'm just quick math here.
6,846 eligible players in the transfer portal.
Okay, so if we're looking at the Power 4 plus Notre Dame, that is 68 teams.
That is correct.
If you're doing 85 scholarships,
that is correct.
That's only 5,780 players.
Hence the issue Jim just
My
brought up.
gosh.
Not enough
So wait,
spots.
your preferred walk-ons and everybody's just hitting the portal?
Yeah. So basically it's just the portal is just almost your entire roster goes in and you find what I end up thinking is most of the people you pull out of the portal is replacing a guy that went into the portal that basically is the same player just with a different name and probably a different price.
I'm telling you what you're going to get is so basically we're having an NFL draft every single year. And you're already able to evaluate talent at that level.
The NFL does it.
Yeah, but if you get the right talent evaluators that have the money behind them, that's going to be your separation.
And as I look at On3 Sports every day on every player that has hit the portal or who is visiting, the same names I gave them to you yesterday pop up. If they're any good,
Texas Tech.
It's Texas Tech, Texas A&M, Texas,
LSU,
Oregon,
Miami.
LSU, Ole Miss, Miami, Ohio State.
Yeah.
That's every one of them.
That's the same. These are the visits they're taking. Interest from these teams.
Indiana in that mix now?
They don't get mentioned the same.
Yeah.
It's just when their guy goes into the portal, it's just straight to Indiana. So-and-so went into the portal, and then the next day, so-and-so is committed to Indiana.
Yeah. It's almost like they're locked in. It's almost like the Wilford Brimley and the firm. It's almost like they got that manila envelope on it. You're coming to Bloomington.
That's right.
This is what we got on you.
Yeah. Here's the photos of you on the beach with a good-looking girl. It's, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the firm, it's remarkable in its size and scope. I guess, though, if you're paying attention, it's not a huge surprise. I mean, if you're an Alabama or Auburn fan, to make it super local, like you see so-and-so hit the portal, so-and-so hit the portal, so-and-so hit the, and that's just your team. Yeah, multiply it by, what are we now, 132 teams? 133, whatever it is now?
136.
136, keeps growing. Just multiply it by that. I mean, pretty much everybody does.
But you know some guys that aren't getting mentioned? Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, USC.
Do you know why? Of the playoff teams, Indiana was the oldest.
Yep, by far.
Of the 12 playoff teams, by far. They were like 3.57 years of experience, of playing time. So that's almost 4 years of playing time. Texas Tech was the second oldest. Texas A&M was the third oldest of playoff teams. Oregon was the youngest team. Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, and Ole Miss. Basically a roster made up of freshmen and sophomores.
I mean, you can look at that as being a positive if you could retain those guys and they played for you and you could develop them. But the problem is, back to your point, I don't know what the rate is now with those numbers. I mean, the rate on the transfer portal has got to be 80%.
It's unbelievable. But one guy isn't hitting the portal and he's not going to the NFL, the Dante Moore impact. Right after Brownie tells us about Bojangles.
You can make a bow time at Bojangles, and right now that chicken and rice bowl is back for a limited time with our friends at Bojangles, and it is a great idea for lunch or for dinner, so head to Bojangles because it is only there for a limited time. It starts with a hearty scoop of dirty rice, followed by a spoonful of slow-cooked Cajun pintos, plus a layer of melty cheese. Finally, your choice of chicken right there on the top. It is hard, it is hot, it is hearty, and it is all yours for just $7.49. Don't wait too long. The bowl is only back for a limited time, as I said, so if you're hungry, you know where to go. Drive-thru's always open with our friends at Bojangles. Make it bow time.
I felt like you guys thought, I think Lance was traveling the day I said it, that I thought when they went through the evaluations, the pro days, the combine, all of that by the time we got to the draft, I thought Ty Simpson would be rated higher than Dante Moore. I really did. Dante Moore, I don't know if he just doesn't want to do it yet, wants to make that little extra cash to stay at Oregon, is having a good time, or if he also has heard that maybe the NFL wouldn't be as high on him as others. But Dante Moore is returning to Oregon. 30 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 3,565 yards, had his team in the semifinals. Didn't look good against Indiana either time, really. That hadn't been a starting quarterback a lot, much like Ty Simpson. First, from the Ty Simpson side of this, from the NFL side of this, that's a big day for Ty Simpson. For a lot of people now, he's the second quarterback on the board.
Oh, it's massive because when you look at the top of the draft, teams are going to reach, and the Jets need quarterback. Now, if you're the Jets, I don't think you can take Ty Simpson at number 2. I just don't think you can.
6'2", 208 is his listed weight and height at this point. Great NFL brain. Does he have the NFL body to be the second overall pick after Fernando Mendoza?
So I just want to rewind.
Yep.
Like you're saying, if you're the Jets, you either try to address this late round or get a stopgap till next year.
Here's LT's point. Can I just read off?
Yeah.
Now Dante Moore will be in next year's draft.
Okay.
Arch Manning will be in next year's draft. Sorsby, Sellers, Sayan, get out of the S's, Levitt, Hoover, Mayava, Mateer, Mensa, get out of the M's here. I mean, they're talking about next year's draft being iconic.
So-
this year's
so-
draft
yeah.
maybe being the worst.
So if you're the Jets, you're just like, hey, we're the Jets. We're still gonna be picking high next year.
Well,
so let's
this
just do it next year.
it's just funny because I was going to bring this point up, and this mock draft that I happened to pull, they did exactly this. So the Jets have 2 first-round picks. They took Arvell Reese in this one at number 2 overall.
Ooh. Ohio State.
And then they've got the number 16th overall pick that came back and took Ty Simpson. I'm just saying 2 seems like an extreme reach for Ty Simpson based on the limitations.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
But
you know, come back and get him in the middle of the round. I mean, look, there is for sure, unless there's some kind of medical thing that we don't know, or if he measures at 5'11 and a half and, you know, they gave him 3 inches in the media guide, there's no way he falls out of the first round now. So yesterday was a big, big day for him, but it is such a weak first round for quarterbacks.
And what's that number you gave us that the 32nd pick is guaranteed how much
13 and
money?
a half.
13 and a half million.
4-year, $13.5 million deal.
Yeah, so he's guaranteed 13 and a half.
Yeah.
yeah, if he's in the first round, at least 13.
Yeah, and I don't see a world that he falls out of that.
And if he's in the top 15, it's double that.
But hey, back to Dante Moore. A lot of people thought just based on his upside at 20 years old that he would come in and he would be the second guy. He's doing the right thing. Now, it gets really interesting with Dylan Raiola going to Oregon because I know he didn't transfer there to sit.
Nope.
But did he sign anything? If he didn't, I mean, he can make some more money. We can talk about that coming up a little bit later on what he could do.
If he's smart, his representation was like, this is contingent on Dante not coming back.
That's right.
And we're able to get out of this. So now you look at these teams like a Tennessee.
And Miami.
Yeah, he's not going to be at Oregon this year.
I would not think so. Do you think Dante Moore, I mean, if you're just your gut, we don't know this, but do you think part of it is he looked at it and said, I don't want to play for the Jets? I'll just stay at Oregon and make money?
There are some people that said that he didn't want to be the next Jets quarterback to go and fail.
Yeah.
And it impacts your career totally. But then again, on the flip side, Brownie, if I'm throwing myself into the Arch Manning, Sorsby, all those names I just read, there's a chance I end up being a third-round draft pick.
It's a gamble. It is an absolute gamble because you could say, I don't want to be number 2 to the Jets. Well, how do you feel about being picked 48 to the Rams or whoever, you know?
Yeah.
Do you just go in 31 interviews, you're great, and in that one Jets interview, you're
You
just
just
like,
tank it? I don't know.
I hate New York. I hate this city.
That's right. I don't even like Jets. I hate to fly. I mean, I don't – because the point you just made right there, it doesn't seem like you want to be – it does not seem like you want to be in next year's draft if you're a quarterback, unless –
It doesn't seem that way.
Unless your name's Arch Manning, perhaps. Yeah, I mean, if you've got any sort of choice, it seems like this year's the draft you want to be in. I mean, whether he goes 2nd or 16th or whatever, I think it's exceptional news for Ty Simpson because I think going into pro days and combines, probably by most measurements, he's the number 2 quarterback in this draft. And I can't remember the last time we've had a first round with only one quarterback selected. Can you? I mean,
No.
that's had to have been forever ago.
I mean, keep in mind, they have jumped to get Christian Ponder in the time that we've done this show. They've jumped to get
Jake Locker.
The Kenny Pickett draft only had one in the first round.
And he was like 17th, wasn't he?
Yeah, the next one I think was Ritter off the board, and it was like 3rd round.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's one. So I didn't have to go that far back. That's the same draft where Brock Purdy, by the way, was the very last
By
pick
the
of
way,
the
there
draft.
was a reason only one went. He didn't pan out. Desmond Ritter didn't pan out. That was a terrible quarterback.
No, the guy that panned out was the very last pick
Brock
of the draft.
Purdy, yeah.
Mr. Irrelevant is the only good quarterback in that draft, I guess.
But for Oregon and getting Dante Moore back, that is good for Dan Lanning and company. Good college quarterback, did a lot this year. But I think, I don't know if he showed up. I mean, their 2 biggest games of the year were against Indiana. I don't remember them playing Ohio State this year, right?
They didn't.
He just didn't play fantastic in their biggest games.
Oh, yeah.
That's a problem.
Yeah, and even Penn State. Remember that one came down to double overtime? I think he made some plays down the stretch. He definitely made some plays down the stretch against Iowa in bad conditions.
Well, his first Indiana game, 21 of 34, 186, a touchdown, 2 picks. Not a good day.
Yep, it got worse.
His second Indiana game, 24 of 39, 2 touchdowns and 1 pick, but it was a pretty critical pick.
To start the game, and then he fumbled and gave him a short field. And
Back to your point, I think the Jets could be a little bit of a factor, but look, let's face it, if Dante would have slayed last Friday night and they were playing this Monday, He's probably coming out.
So
I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's a big stage. And against that defense, if he had a big night and he was playing for a national championship.
But this is just another indication of how an NIL has changed things. I am sure Dante Moore will make $4 to $5 million. Would you not think, to stay at Oregon with the kind of money they have?
Probably more. Depending, hey, is this going to affect the roster? If, my market value now, if these other guys, if there's a report that Sam's getting 6.5.
And there's reports that Ty Simpson was offered 6.5 by Miami and Ole Miss. Those reports are from Ty Simpson.
Yeah, and I think if he went number 2 overall, I think the number's like $36 million. I mean, that's a massive number to pass on. Look, again, I think he should come back just to develop. But man, passing on that kind of, that is lifetime money.
That's a physical career decision. Financially, he should have stayed in the draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You may make the money from the Jets, but you're going to make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point, somebody's got to be good at the Jets, right?
No, but yes, they do. Eventually.
I mean, you tell me.
I'm a Dolphins fan. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I mean,
they got it right with Sam Darnold. They just,
I guess,
and that's kind of an example. Like if I'm a Dante Moore or whoever's projected to go to, I'm like, damn, they even, draft a guy like Sam Darnold, and he's awful there, and now there's a chance he's going to win the Super Bowl. He's the favorite.
He's the one seed in the NFC.
Right now, if you look at Vegas odds, he is the favorite to be the Super Bowl MVP.
It's insane.
It's crazy. All right, when we come back, more college football, some NFL news as we move to the sweet spot of the playoffs coming up this weekend. Today is, if you like nice numbers, before I tell you about Storm Restoration Roofing, today is show number 1,111. 1111.
Oh, wow.
That's got to be lucky, right?
Yeah. There's something lucky about that.
Yeah, you make a wish, at least.
Yeah, 1111. So show number 1,111. And I know you guys don't keep things on your calendar like I do, but January 18th was the first show together for us. So that is Sunday, I believe. January 18th.
So that was when we were permanently put together at John's.
Yeah, that was our first show.
That's a crazy week then, because January 12th was the first day. January 12th of 1998 was my first day at Jock's.
Oh, how about that?
We probably were working around your contract, actually. January 18th, on that Monday. So next Monday will be the start of our 17th year together. That would complete 16 full years.
Pretty remarkable.
Now, Jeeves, this is something you or Brooks could do, or we could do it.
I mean, think about
that. But how many bands have stayed together for 17 consecutive years? I'm not talking about the breakups where they take 2-year hiatus and they go do their different things. How many bands have been together for a duration of 17 years? I mean, what do you think the percentages would be?
It's really low, because if they didn't break up, then they swapped people out.
Yeah. I mean, the one that immediately comes to mind would be Aerosmith, right? Aerosmith stayed together in their...
But I don't know if he had like a drug fallout for 2 or 3 years and they disappeared. I'm just saying consistently touring, recording for 17 years.
Scott immediately says Pearl Jam. Chase says Fish.
Oh, Brooks brings up Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, but I think they took a hiatus, did they not? I don't know.
They did.
Yeah.
They had to.
All those great company to be in, though.
Yeah.
What about longest running TV shows?
Simpsons.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is the longest running sitcom, and I believe they're on about 17 seasons.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
They started when we started.
Yep.
It's always sunny on the next round.
So is that one going to go under when DeVito finally croaks from eating too many sandwiches?
I think that'll be the end of the show.
That's my new nickname on the show, DeVito, then.
You're DeVito?
Yeah.
You're not that short.
I'm getting there.
Boy, Eli Manning looks like a Nephilim compared to him in those commercials.
Hey, our show is brought to you by Greg from Pell City. He's been with us for almost all 16 years. Greg from Pell City. Storm Restoration Roofing, from our Jocks days to here at the next round. 542-3531, 205 area code 542-3531. That's his cell number. He and his wife, Andrea, locally owned for over 20 years. They own the company. He will get on your roof and give you a free, no-cost roof inspection. Listen, if you're putting your house on the market this year, he's got this soft wash program that he can get up there and make your roof look almost brand new. Take away the staining and all of that you get with the sun in the south here. That soft wash program will do that. He's got some financing if you need to replace your roof to sell it and or just have some things that the insurance company doesn't cover with a roof replacement or storm damage or something like that, he's got financing available. He is great with insurance providers, so that helps you as well. And as I said, A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Storm Restoration Roofing, give them a call, 205-542-3531, stormrestorationroofing.com, or Greg from Pell City on Facebook.
We interrupt this program for breaking news. From the Gators of the litigation situation. Insurance companies have a playbook. I repeat, insurance companies have a playbook. Deny, delay, defend. They know which law firms will fold and settle cheap. They are not on your side. That's corporate greed at work. At Alexander Sonara Trial Attorney, we fight back. We have the resources, the muscle, and the will to take them on. And you don't pay a dime unless we win. They fight dirty. We fight hard. Call 659-777-7777. Or hit up alexwins.law.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it, and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit UrologyCentersAlabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC with customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Since we're on a historic run, I sent you a picture of the great Bart Starr earlier. I don't know if you have it. 59 years ago today was what would become known as Super Bowl I eventually, but it was the AFL-NFL championship game in which Green Bay won it. The Alabama quarterback Bart Starr right there pictured behind the that great offensive line that led the Packers to several NFL championships before they started winning the first 2 Super Bowls. That first Super Bowl, who they beat?
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, Hank Stram and Kansas City.
Am I right? You're acting like I'm incorrect.
Yeah, because
you didn't know. You were asking.
I think in the championship game before they got there, they beat Cowboys in the Ice Bowl, right?
Yeah, one of them they beat the Raiders, though, right? Of their first 2 Super Bowls? No.
It was Chiefs
and Vikings, I think.
Vikings would have been in the same division as them.
Yeah, and then Jets, Colts.
Vikings,
sure?
It can't be the Vikings because the Vikings are in the NFL, NFC.
Here, I'll look right now.
It might have been the Chiefs back-to-back.
No.
Was it Chiefs, and then Colts, Jets?
No.
Could have been the Colts.
One of them were the Raiders, I'm pretty sure.
It was not the Raiders.
It can't be the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders went until...
They didn't play until the 70s.
Until Snake got there.
Okay.
Hey, I'm going to sound like a get off my lawn guy here, but just look at how many people are actually, looking at the game.
Not looking at their phone?
Not with their heads down.
Well, you didn't have much to do there. You had a program, and once you wore that out in your hot dog, it was let's focus on the game.
I mean, to your point, there's not a lot of people in the concession stand either, or the bathroom.
Yeah, good crowd.
Yeah.
Lance, if you want to go ahead and buckle up here, we're going to take our L. Super Bowl II, Packers beat the Raiders 33-14. Sorry about that, Jim.
Thank you.
That's on me.
Some of us weren't in front of the TV then.
And Lance.
You guys were knee-deep in saying I was wrong.
Yes, my apologies.
I thought for sure. That blows me away.
Yeah. The Chiefs were in Super Bowl I 35-10. It took a minute before we got a good Super Bowl. 16-7 Jets over the Colts. I guess that was a good game.
A little more history after I tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA. This one involves Indiana. We'll talk about that after I tell you that Indiana plays for the national championship coming up. But before they play on Monday night, maybe it's time for you to start getting regularly checked out for prostate health. Prostate health. It can save your life, guys. It doesn't matter if you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, or 60s. Get checked out by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. For over 70 years, with great compassion and the best urologists, they've been taking care of the men and women of Central Alabama with 16 great locations. You can make an appointment, 205-930-0920, 205-930-0920, urologycentersalabama.com. Prostate health to kidney stones, vasectomies, and anything else with your urological tract and a lot more, urologycentersalabama.com. It was 50 years ago that Indiana was undefeated in basketball, the last unbeaten team to go wire to wire and win the national championship without a loss. They beat Leon Douglas in Alabama in a referee-riddled final half.
Do you remember that game?
I remember watching it and crying, but 1976, I was upset. Yes,
but didn't Alabama play them as close as
anybody else?
And that was in the Sweet 16.
The Sweet 16, yes.
Yeah.
Indiana unbeaten 50 years ago. Now their football team is trying to go unbeaten and win a national championship. Something I'm sure even in 1976, no Indiana fan would have believed. There have been 5 regular season teams since that Indiana team to be unbeaten. Indiana State in 1979 almost did it. Larry Bird's team was unbeaten. So much like we had Alabama win a national championship, then Auburn won it the next year in football. Final Four Auburn, and then Alabama went Final Four, and then Auburn went back to the Final Four. In Indiana, they had 1976 Bob Knight's team unbeaten. Boom, 1979. Here's Indiana State. The Sycamores.
Which is crazy. But, a lot of that is based on the fact that you look at what the Sycamores were playing in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Unbeaten. They make it to the national championship game, lose to Magic Johnson and Michigan State. 2021 Gonzaga, 31-0. And Baylor beat them, the national championship.
God, that was a good Gonzaga team with Jalen Suggs and Corey Kispert. And, boy, they hit a buzzsaw with that Baylor team. There were only 2 teams that I really thought had a shot. I thought in 91, UNLV had a shot to do it. And then I thought in 2012, Kentucky had a shot to do it.
That's right. In 2012, Kentucky lost in the semis.
Yeah, to Wisconsin.
And then UNLV lost to
in
Duke.
The semis and to Duke.
To Duke.
So they were both really, really close.
And that UNLV game is the one that if you had to bet, was on the take. That would have been the one.
Yeah, and I don't know if you have seen this breaking story.
Oh, yeah. There's speaking of on the tape.
And I haven't read enough. I
know they named individuals. Any schools?
I haven't seen schools. Sensational headline: many college players among 20 charged in point shaving scheme. And they're saying more than 39 college basketball players, more than 17 teams, leading to more than 29 games being fixed. That is what is being thrown out here. And they said 15 of the defendants played college basketball during the 23-24, 24-25 season. I don't know. And they say the bribes were between $10,000 to $30,000 to compromise games per player. I mean, it's a lot of money, but NIL, still amazed that we've got games being fixed.
The NCAA is actually pushing for a suspension of prediction markets, the Kalshis. Did I get that right?
Kalshi. And then Polymarket's the other big one.
Yeah. They're trying to suspend that because people are actually betting on where players will end up in the transfer portal.
But why does that matter?
Yeah,
I don't know why the NCAA is so wound up about that.
Well,
here's the thing.
They want it to be regulated somehow to where it is not here's the schools involved in the indictment. Pete Thamel.
That's how you fix it. But, and I'll let you go through this.
To your point, not a lot of big names.
No, not a lot of big names. But the problem is, if I put a $20,000 bet on Nickel State, and by the way, if you're paying somebody $30,000, then you've got to at least make 6-7 times your investment. So you're putting hundreds of thousands of dollars on Nickel State. Yeah, that is going to jump out of any of these teams.
So if you'd had UAB beating Tulane, unbeaten in the American last night. And
I did, by the way.
And you did. So UAB easy winner last night.
That's got a tip.
But if I'm in Vegas and I put $400,000 on that, that casino, whoever's running that book,
they're probably going to take the game off the board at that point.
Probably, yeah.
Hit that button underneath. Beep, 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 beep. Sirens.
But I don't know if you noticed, most people involved in fixing games aren't the smartest people.
But Lance, you're right. I mean, Nicholls State, Tulane, Northwestern State, St. Louis, LaSalle, Fordham, DePaul, Robert Morris, Southern Miss, North Carolina A&T, Kennesaw State, Coppin State, New Orleans, Abilene Christian, Eastern Michigan, and Alabama State locally. I mean, I didn't say a whole lot of Kansases and Dukes, right? I mean.
Oh, we gave out Santa Clara the other day, and somebody's like, man, Santa Clara? So, you're questioning giving out the pick. Can you imagine if somebody put hundreds of thousands of dollars on the pick?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can I put a real quick bow on what you were talking about, though, with Indiana basketball and feed? I saw somebody point this out, and it had not really occurred to me. The world we're living in, where Indiana football is playing for the national championship and looking to go 16-0 in the same year where Nebraska basketball is one of the last remaining undefeateds and ranked in the top 10. How those worlds have changed. Nebraska basketball historically offered their football as used to be a blue blood. I don't know if you can fall out of blue blood, but if you can, they have. In Indiana, the exact opposite. They have
I know
changed
what your point is on the programs and where they were, but you know what they've got in common?
What's that?
Not that they're just in the Big Ten.
Great coaches.
Great coaches. Fred Hoiberg, what he was doing at Iowa State was pretty miraculous, and he made the mistake of, the temptation of going to the higher level. And, that's one of those guys. If you ever think about making that jump from college to the NBA or college to the NFL, give Fred Hoiberg or Nick Saban a call.
Yeah. Arizona, Nebraska, Miami of Ohio, the only unbeatens left after Vandy got beat last night. As Texas got them. So Texas and Trayvon Mark have rolled up wins in Tuscaloosa now at home against Vandy, giving Vandy their first loss. Kentucky had a buzzer beater to beat LSU, an 18-point comeback. That Malachi Marino bucket with 1.6 left, inbound under the basket, throw to the free throw line looked exactly like the Christian Laettner play.
It did, and I felt the same thing when I saw it.
Yeah, different things at stake. Right?
Yeah, a little different regular season versus Elite Eight, but yeah.
And then Ole Miss had a tip-in at the buzzer to beat number 21 Georgia 97-95 in overtime.
Well, Georgia gets us some crazy games.
And then I had clued Brown in on the name Boopy the other day. Boopy Miller of SMU hits a half-court shot. Inbound with 2.6. That shot reminded me of the UCLA player, I think, that beat Ole Miss, maybe. No, UCLA beat somebody. No, he went coast to coast.
Yeah, it was Tyus Edney against Missouri. Second round of the NCAA
Bryce
tournament.
Drew is who you're thinking of, but that was kind of a running jumper. It wasn't like a three-quarter court shot.
This was catch the ball, dribble, half court. Boopy throws it up, and SMU beats Virginia Tech last night. Stanford swarmed the court and beat North Carolina last night.
Stanford's got a good player, by the way. and if I knew his name, I'd say it, but he's a really good player. The thing that jumped out at me on the SMU thing, they shoot fire out of the top of the basket. Did y'all see that? Out of the top of the goal standard?
Yeah.
Like pyrotechnic fire.
Yeah, that doesn't seem safe, does it?
It does not at all, and they shoot a lot of it. Like when he hit that half-court shot, they just kept firing that thing off, man.
Part of pregame warm-ups, pregame introductions there at SMU. So that's your basketball last night. National championship talk coming up in just a moment. Dan Orlovsky with the NFL in the final hour of the show that's being brought to you today by our friends at World of Wills.
It is coming back to the BJCC. You can see more at worldofwills.net. I'm going to tell you a lot here, but you can see everything at worldofwills.net. Birmingham Jefferson Civic Center Complex. They're going to be in 3 of the exhibition halls. That's how big this show is. 3 exhibition halls is what it takes to put this thing on. Friday, January 30 through Sunday, February 1, the North, South, and East exhibition halls. They have got kid pricing. In fact, kids under 5 get in absolutely free. So take those kids to see WWE wrestler Rashiki on stage signing autographs Friday, 4 to 7. Kevin Mack from Counts Customs on stage Saturday signing autographs. And Sunday, TV host and personality Courtney Hansen from various automotive-related TV shows will be there. So that's all the people you can see. You can get tickets at the door or get discount tickets at any O'Reilly Auto Parts store. It is the 55th annual O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels Custom Auto Show. Again, Friday, January 30, Sunday, February 1. That's the run there at the BJCC. You can see more at worldofwheels.net, worldofwheels.net.
While we're walking down memory lane, the College Football Hall of Fame class announced yesterday. It's a big one, but a lot of familiar names and familiar coaches. Chris Peterson and Gary Patterson both going into the College Football Hall of Fame. Great careers.
Yeah, well-deserved for both of those guys. I mean, you think about how many transitions Gary had to make with TCU going from Mountain West to, help me out here.
They were in Conference USA at one point.
Yeah, CUSA to Mountain West to Big 12, and did a tremendous job and really was one field goal away from playing for the national championship in 2009, the first week we did a show together. Way back when Alabama would have played TCU instead of Texas. And then you look at Chris Peterson. I mean, he would have been there almost every year in today's current setup in the 12-team playoff.
I mean, the College Football Hall of Fame is like NFL Hall of Fame coaches. Have all of them won a Super Bowl? Do you know offhand if there's a coach in there that hasn't won a Super Bowl? You just got to do it differently in college.
Did Marv Levy get into the Hall of Fame?
That was the one I would have thought of. And if so, I would be okay with that. I think he probably deserved it.
And then the old Minnesota coach, what was his name?
Bud Grant?
Yeah, Bud Grant.
He played in a lot of them. But Dunaway, it's just so hard to win a national championship in college football, and there's so many teams. Like, you can't make that a criteria, or you almost would have no coaches in there.
Well, I mean, that stupid criteria that a quarterback's got to be first-team quarterback.
First-team All-American.
First-team All-American to actually be in the Hall of Fame.
Which limits the quarterbacks.
Yeah, when you start to look at some of the great quarterbacks that have, had the same, in the same season, only one of these guys can be a first-team guy.
Running through the names of the players, some great memories. Mark Ingram of Alabama goes in, first Heisman Trophy winner at Alabama.
And this is the first Saban-era player, by the way, inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame.
They may do it chronologically.
Yeah, get ready for plenty more. I mean, there are going to be plenty more, but this is the first one.
Aaron Donald is in, your great Ram, but from his college days.
I mean, look, was really good at Pittsburgh. It just wasn't really good Pittsburgh teams. Let's not forget he went 10th overall to the Rams, so... that was, some people thought that was a little bit of a reach.
Second in Heisman voting, Ndamukong Suh is in this class as well.
One of the best defensive years we've ever seen in college football.
And that Big 12 championship game against Texas really put it on the map.
Heisman runner-up as a defensive tackle.
Great players not getting the headlines. You can only put somebody in the headlines for this class. Kajana Carter, when he was drafted out of Penn State to the Bengals, was going to be a big deal.
Yeah, I remember first play, he tears the ACL, and sports medicine a little bit different back in, what year was that, 94, 95? Yep. But Kajana Carter was a hell of a player.
Marvin Harrison is going into the College Football Hall of Fame.
Syracuse.
Yep. Garrison Hurst of Georgia.
Oh, he was a great running back at Georgia, and that was that string where Georgia always had NFL running backs, Terrell Davis, Garrison Hurst. It was just like every single year, Georgia would have a running back that ended up going and playing well in the NFL.
Laurinaitis, the linebacker from Ohio State, is going in. Herman Moore is going in.
Oh, from Virginia?
Yep.
It was Herman Moore, and who was the quarterback? It was another guy named Moore, too, right?
Sean Moore?
Sean Moore, maybe? And that was that really good Virginia team under George Welsh that played Georgia Tech.
And the great Peter Warwick is finally going in.
Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep.
Won a national championship, too.
So those are some of the recognizable names in the College Football Hall of Fame. Michelson brings us the viewing menu today. College football on the field. Kirk Signetti, Mario Cristobal, and Marcus Freeman coming up in the next segment.
205-969-8100. That is the number if you wear glasses or contacts. At least do yourself a favor. Find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mort Michelson will tell you if it's not. He told both of these guys, Dunaway and Brown, it wasn't right for them. It was right for me. I had the 2200 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of contacts. Went in, took 12 minutes for both eyes, 2015 vision. I've got it 23 years later now. Make that call. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation, 0 to lose, to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mort Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
All right. First off, a movie I mentioned a couple weeks ago is expanding to get wider releases, so it's finally releasing here, and that is directed by Park Chan-wook. It is No Other Choice. After being unemployed for several years, a man devises a unique plan to secure a new job, eliminate his competition.
So that'll do it.
That'll do it. Make sure that you're the only candidate
That's right.
that they can hire.
Everybody else that interviewed mysteriously died.
Yes, this is the guy who directed Old Boy, so I'm expecting a psychological thrill ride.
Have you guys ever seen Old Boy?
Nope. Never heard of it until Tyler just said it.
Man, Old Boy, and they did the remake. Spike Lee did it with Josh Brolin. But it is one of the more disturbing films psychologically because of what happens. The twist at the end, you're just like, I can't believe this happened. Like, it's well worth the watch. I think you two, you'd be horrified, but I think y'all would at least be entertained. Okay. Is that fair?
Yes.
Horrified,
and I
but
also
entertained.
think their reaction to watching Old Boy for the first time would be great content.
I do too. Like, if we put the camera on them for that twist at the end.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best twists. Like, it's not talked about enough.
Nope.
It's not.
And that hallway scene.
Oh.
The fight scene.
Yeah.
It's great. Next up, we've got All You Need Is Kill. This was previously adapted as Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt, or also called Live, Die, Repeat. But this is the original anime version of it. In a time loop during an alien invasion, a resourceful but isolated young woman must navigate the repetition of death until she crosses paths with a shy young man trapped in the same cycle. Together, they fight to break free from the loop. And next up, Netflix has a new original film called The Rip. A group of Miami cops discovers a stash of millions in cash, leading to distrust as outsiders learn about the seizure, making them question who to rely on. And it stars Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, and Stephen Yeun, a.k.a. Glenn from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this. I don't know how good it'll be. A lot of these Netflix will disappoint you, but Joe Carnahan, the guy that directed and wrote it, was the guy that was on Narc early with Ray Liotta. Very, very good movie, and then followed that up with Smoking Aces. So this looks really good. I don't know if you guys have seen the trailer.
I have not, no.
But they basically go to a stash house, and they find a ton of money, and then the dilemma becomes,
what do you do with the money?
What do they do with the money?
Yeah.
And then finally on viewing menu, we've got a new re-release in theaters today, and that is the 20th anniversary edition of Madagascar.
I like those, man. Those are funny movies.
King Julian.
Yeah, King Julian's a funny character. The penguins are fantastic.
You know who played King Julian?
I do not.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
there you go. Full circle.
And that's all I got.
That's what Tyler's watching, brought to you by Michelson. The show's also brought to you by JohnsonRVCenter.com. Hey, it's time. Hey, listen, Linda Fletcher of Miami, the son of Mark Fletcher Jr., who's doing such a good job running the football. She traveled 18,000 miles this football season to watch her son. She's afraid of flying.
Wow.
And so she drives. She lost her husband, Big Mark, right before the Florida State game last year. And, somebody, he's coming back, going to play next year at Miami, I believe. Before next season, she needs her own NIL RV deal from somebody like Johnson RV Center to make it easier. Yeah. Make it easier on her to travel. She drove all the way to the Cal Berkeley game this year.
Oof. Where does she live?
She lives in Miami.
Oh, so she's in Miami. Whoa. Yeah. She drove from Miami to Berkeley.
Yep, and she drove from Miami to the desert.
To see the Fiesta Bowl?
Yep, and then to College Station.
Right.
And then
I
the
remember
other-
her at College Station. They showed her a lot at the end of that game.
That was when she was first introduced to most of America.
Yeah.
What do you think the Miami to Berkeley drive is? I got it right here.
That's a 5-day drive.
I think it's 3,902 miles.
You're pretty close, 3,036 miles, but it takes 44 hours and 31 minutes.
I mean, that's a 5-day drive.
And I heard her son
It's
being
more than
interviewed.
5 days. You're going to do 10 hours a day?
I mean, you got to get to the game.
I heard her interviewed, her son interviewed at the media day for the game coming up Monday night. And he's like, I stopped trying to convince her that it's safe to fly. In fact, I embrace it now. It's a great way of showing how much she loves me. But also, she sends pictures because my siblings ride with her. And she sends pictures along the way. They stop and sightsee and do things along the way.
That's
and
really cool,
It's
man.
really been awesome to watch them having fun coming to watch me play. So, But if you want to get out and see America, JohnstonRVCenter.com.
I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 indicator. They have got something there for everyone. Travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, the park models, the motorhomes. A price range that can fit just about anybody at Johnston RV Center. Priced in the low hundreds to start with, and I mentioned all the way up to those motorhomes. You can find one in your budget window there at Johnston RV Center. See more. Scott is showing you the website, johnstonrvcenter.com. That is johnstonrvcenter.com. I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. And while you're at johnstonrvcenter.com, look at some of those sale prices they've got on some of the models they have, and also RV Warranty Forever to make sure you got lifetime coverage on anything new and previously owned that qualifies with RV Warranty Forever. johnstonrvcenter.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777. Or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys. Because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Hour number 2 of the show today. We'll tell you about Lance's lock and how you can play a little basketball tonight in the playoffs this weekend, coming up in just a second. There's a trend that would tell you in the old world of the national championship game coming up Monday night that Miami will win the game.
Okay.
And the very few people, I see our buddy Josh Pate's the only person on Get Up this morning that picked Miami to win. Everybody else is picking Indiana. But if you think back to Alabama's national championships, old school, one thing they had was a number 1 class recently before their national championship. In fact, in Saban's years, usually it was 2 or 3 number 1 classes on that roster when they won it. The last 20 from On3 Sports, the last 20 national champions had at least 2 top 10 recruiting classes in the 4 years prior to their winning season. The world has changed, but if that holds true for a 21st year, Miami will be your national champion because Indiana has gone number 53, number 60, number 59, and number 29. They're not sniffing that stat. Miami, 14th last year, but 5th and 8th in the middle, and 13th in 2022. Again, the last 20 national champions had at least 2 top 10 recruiting classes. Can Indiana break the streak?
I tell you what, let me just start by asking this question. Without an active transfer portal, with that Indiana recruiting effort, what do you think their maximum record would be?
Oh, bowl games at best.
6-6?
Yeah, but to your point, this is really apples and oranges when you really think about
historically. You mean?
Yeah, bringing all these players that played together from JMU and what they've been able to do in the portal and getting guys again. Production over potential.
Yeah, getting Mendoza. It just shows you, that just highlights, Jim, how much the game of football has changed. If you needed any further highlight, I don't think most people do, but we're going to see trends like that die because of the transfer portal.
Fernando Mendoza is the difference on a lot of rosters. Here's Kurt Signetti on just what Mendoza has meant for his team this year. It's a one-and-done situation, but he could be a Hoosier for life.
I can tell you this, that the best way to lead a team is to perform well, and especially at the quarterback position. I've never tried to make that guy the leader in spring ball because his performance will speak for itself. And he is highly, highly respected in the locker room. And the way he's played speaks for itself. I thought he was excellent against Oregon, and he's just, even since the Heisman Trophy, he's upped his level of play, and he's a special guy. He's extremely intelligent, and people recognize that, and he says the right things, and he'll be really successful one day when football ends, whatever it is he chooses to do. He's got a great relationship with the guys, and it's mainly the older guys, obviously. Those guys hang together. And but I think what he's done behind the scenes to to bring the offensive unit even closer together. And that's a lot. Those are a lot of things that I'm not aware of at the time, find out later. He's just done a tremendous job in every single area where you could impact team success. He's been front and center.
He erases anything that goes wrong on the offensive side of the ball. He's been able to diagnose it quickly and get it into a good place.
This might be the most amazing stat you've ever heard. Against both Alabama and Oregon, he had 3 more touchdown passes than he had incompletions. 8 touchdowns, 5 incompletions in those 2 games against those 2 defenses.
In the playoffs.
And those were legitimately top 15 defenses. He's already the greatest player in Indiana history. I mean, I know the list isn't long. Anthony Thompson was, a running back that was the runner-up in the Heisman voting. I forgot what year that was, 89, 88, something like that.
Who was the stud DB that played there and had a good NFL career? I'm trying to remember his name.
We remember Antoine Randall had a nice career.
Yeah, he did.
They actually put out
Trent Green would have won an MVP if he didn't get hurt, in my opinion. With the Rams in '99.
They put out an all-Indiana team and an all-Miami team.
Oh,
the Miami team star-studded.
That's a domination.
I'm listing Miami at minus 51.5.
Like I won't be able to find it now, but I don't think I could find a current Miami player that made the all-Miami team.
Oh, I would not doubt that.
No,
but there was only one Indiana player that made the
Mendoza.
it was Mendoza.
Yeah. That's
wow,
crazy.
it's hard to believe they've got that many better receivers than what this team has.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, with Surratt and Cooper
and
the way Becker's come on.
Where did I see it? I'll see if I can chase it.
Yeah,
down.
like I would just
because Randall L was a quarterback at Indiana. He played receiver for the Steelers, but he was a quarterback in Indiana, so you wouldn't have Randall L in front of him.
And Trent Green's a really good quarterback.
Yeah, but he's not better than Mendoza. While Jim looks for that, this is one of those things that I thought as I was listening to that soundbite. And I've sat here and tried to think of a better example, but I really can't, and perhaps you can. Other than Cam Newton, this is probably the second most impactful single season we've ever seen at a school. Mendoza. I'm not saying best. I'm just saying most impactful. Like Cam Newton won Auburn a national championship.
I mean, Burrow was...
Yeah, but he played there 2 years. I'm saying a guy that only played 1 year at a school.
Yeah, maybe so.
I don't know that we've ever seen one better than this other than Cam Newton, or more impactful, I would say.
Yeah, I would go Cam Newton.
Cam Newton's definitely one.
And Mendoza's right there if they win it coming up.
But, this, back to the all-Miami team, Bain and Mesidor are really good, but they're not going to compare to some of what you've had up front
You're
before.
Talking Russell Maryland and Warren
like
Sapp.
Malachi Toney will probably be one of those guys.
But he ain't Michael Irvin.
He ain't there yet.
Here we go. I got
interesting. Who would your quarterback be? All Miami.
I got the teams here.
Okay.
So Indiana's
they're going to go Testaverde, but I was going to ask you.
Yeah. Fernando Mendoza is your quarterback. Anthony Thompson, 86-89, and Von Dunbar are your running backs. This is from USA Today, by the way. Your receivers are James Hardy and Thomas Lewis.
I remember Hardy.
I did not know James Hardy. I remember him in the NFL. I didn't know he played in Indiana.
Yeah. Roger Saffold is an lineman.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Feeney. John Tavener, 41 and 46. Bob Skoronsky, 53 to 55. Carter Smith may still be playing 2022 through 2025, or it may have ended last year. All-purpose Antoine Randall L. On defense, Adawa Agulanale, Jerome Johnson, Nathan Davis, Jamie Kirklew. I don't remember any of these in the NFL.
I don't either.
Joe Norman, Micah McFadden, Van Waiters, Tracy Porter is the DB.
That's who I was thinking of was Tracy Porter, yep.
Oh, D'Angelo Pons is on here.
Okay. Should be.
There's two.
Yeah. Tim Wilbur, and then Mike Dumas. And the special teams, Julio, Stojanovic, Thigpen, and Wilbur.
That ain't exactly a...
No. Again, Miami minus 51.5.
Do you have Miami's there?
Yeah,
I want to hear this one.
Do you think it's Testaverde, though? Or do you think it's Kozar?
There's no way they would go Ken Dorsey based on career, is there?
No.
Yeah, I would say it's going to... I think it'll be Testaverde.
USA Today, Ken Dorsey.
I mean, that's a career. His career was fantastic. I don't know that...
99 through 2002.
Their most talented college quarterback was a one-year guy in Cam Ward, in my opinion.
Yeah, but he won't sniff that list.
No.
Edgerrin James and Willis McGahee. And if you didn't see Willis McGahee play in college...
Oh.
Unbelievable. Wide receivers. I mean, Michael Irvin and Reggie Wayne.
Yeah.
Kellen Winslow at tight end.
Soldier.
I think I would have gone Shockey.
What about Greg Olson?
Yeah, I mean, they've had great
tight ends.
Santana Moss was all-purpose. It's the defense that really shines.
Oh, this defense. I don't think you could score on it.
I mean, how many of these are in the Hall of Fame? Warren Sapp, Ted Hendricks, Danny Stubbs, Russell Maryland from the defensive line, Ray Lewis, Dan Morgan, Jonathan Vilma are your linebackers.
My gosh.
Benny Blades, Antrell Roll, Sean Taylor, Ed Reed are your DBs.
Yeah, you wouldn't score.
Yeah, I don't know who gets points on that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I guarantee you that defense would outscore the opposing offenses for the full season because Ed Reed might do it by himself.
Crazy.
That's an incredible defense.
Show being brought to you by Lance's Lock. They are brought to you by Hemp Hill. You can play basketball tonight. A lot of great hoop action tonight in the college ranks, but you got some big NBA games.
Yeah, coming off a 3-2 last night, so another winning night for you, all college hoops. And again, we've got more college hoops, 4 plays up and available, free play every single day available at lanceslock.com. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, cooling, heating, any of those issues arise in your home or business. They are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
And you're looking for an idea for lunch today? Get one of those chicken rice bowls with our friends at Bojangles. They are back for a limited time. You can make it bow time there at Bojangles. It is all starting with that hearty scoop of dirty rice, a spoonful of slow-cooked Cajun pintos, plus a layer of melty cheese, and finally your choice of chicken. It is hot, it is hearty. I'm going to do that every time. It is all yours for just $7.49, but don't wait too long. The bowl is only back for a limited time. So if you're hungry, you know where to go. The drive-thru is always open with our friends at Bojangles, and make it bow time.
Looking forward to camping out in front of my TV on Saturday and watching some college basketball, but the NFL playoffs that start, there is a chance that Fred Warner could return Saturday, according to reports.
I don't know how, but boy, that would be massive for San Francisco. What are they saying?
I read the headline that said Fred Warner could return on Saturday.
That's what they say.
And I did not read any other part of it.
I mean, but that was a patchwork defense that beat Philadelphia in a lot of ways. So getting him back.
Yeah. One day after his 21-day practice window was open, Fred Warner made it clear Wednesday he hasn't ruled out returning. I think that sounds far-fetched, but, if they're able to pull off the upset, which I don't think they will be able to do that, but if they are, then, hell, you're getting back for the NFC Championship game, definitely for the Super Bowl, because you've got a month, basically, for the Super Bowl.
The other game Saturday is
Denver and Buffalo. Buffalo-Denver.
The Buffalo-Denver game. In that contest, you got Josh Allen versus Bo Nix, but you have really a superior defense with the Broncos versus a Bills defense that at times has struggled.
Right, it's been leaky.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, you've got to get just enough plays if you're Bo Nix. There's no explosion in that offense, but the defense carries them. They are at home. That seems like one of those, I don't know if you guys agree, 4 or 5 home field advantages in the NFL that really does make a difference. But Josh Allen is always the X factor. If Josh Allen plays like Superman, then they probably win the game. And if he doesn't play at the highest level, they're not going to win.
First game on Sunday, Texans and Patriots, and it's all about the Texans defense, but the Patriots defense is pretty darn good. Which younger quarterback? Stroud's got a lot under his belt. Or can Drake May finally make some plays? It really his first experience at this level.
You flip the quarterbacks, and the Texans might be the best team in football.
Just give them Stroud, huh?
Yeah.
Give them Drake May.
Give them Drake May, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think Stroud is that shaky. Look, and you don't have a ton of weapons. Woody Marks has come on and become a pretty good running back. Former Mississippi State, USC guy. Nico Collins, good wide receiver. Noel's a young receiver out of Iowa State. So they've got Higgins. They've got some pieces.
Do you call the Texans the best defense in the NFL?
Yes.
Yeah, better than the Rams, better than the Seahawks.
Yeah. Rams defense has gone to shit.
Yeah.
But, yeah, better than the Seahawks. Better than the Broncos. Yeah, I think the best defense is the Texans. Defense will travel. I think the Patriots got their hands full on Sunday.
And then there's the Rams and the Bears in Chicago. They were discussing on Get Up or First Take, whichever one, 62% chance the Rams win. Orlovsky, who joins us in about 30 minutes, says that I can only make it. They were all reacting. How can the Bears prove Dan wrong? So I think Dan's all in on the the Rams.
I mean, I think Dan's the only guy outside of Kelly Stafford, his daughters and people really close to Stafford. The only guy that likes Stafford more than me is Dan Orlovsky. So he's always behind Stafford, former teammate with him. The biggest factor to me is the weather. I know that sounds crazy, but it's one of the reasons you play for home field advantage.
Well, if you've got a bad finger that you're nursing anyway, the index finger on the throwing hand.
It's actually the ring finger.
Oh, I thought it was index, so it's his ring finger. So, God, I hope it's not both. As he's gripping the ball, now it's a hard, slick ball playing in what feels like 8 degrees. That's different than playing indoors.
Well, and the wind's going to be up to 25 miles an hour, and you saw Tom Brady, demonstrating, how different the arm angles and how you hold the ball in wind. So all of this is a factor. I'm not saying like this is a young Bears team, so it's not like they're used to playing on this stage, but they are more used to this cold weather. Devontae Adams did it in Green Bay, but there's a lot of guys on that Rams team that have never played in this. Played in it last year in Philadelphia, but it wasn't this cold. It was snow, but it was in the 30s. Now you're talking about a miserable situation. And are we having Dan on today?
Yeah, Dan's on in about an hour.
Yeah, can't wait to talk to him about this weather, because if this game was in Los Angeles, I would still be concerned because of the finality of a one-game situation in the NFL where one turnover can cost you your season. But if this game was in L.A., I'd feel really, really good about it. This Rams team is so much better than Chicago, but in Soldier Field, a 5:30 kick in those kind of conditions, man, it's a coin flip.
High of 22 now.
Oh, that's warmed up.
That's warmed up a bit, but the low is 2. It's 2. It says very cold, a bit of PM snow. So snow is in the forecast. 55% your precipitation.
Yeah. I think on Tuesday, the low is like -5. I was just looking at their 10-day.
Yeah.
I can't imagine living there.
I
Great
really
city in the
can't
summer.
But even that has warmed up a little bit since Monday when we first did the weather report. The high was going to be 17.
Wind gusts 31 miles per hour. And to me, snow, cold, wind gust is your biggest thing there.
Yeah. It is the windy city. So.
That's what they say.
In the NFL today, John Harbaugh is on his way to being the head coach of the New York Giants. They're working out that 5-year deal, so that's where he's going to go.
$20 million per is what the reports are.
That's a good cost of living right there. I
boy.
like that.
That's crazy.
He was making 18 in Baltimore. Like, I had no idea these NFL coaches made that kind of
but
money.
it's funny. Like we brought it up yesterday. These numbers are kind of buried when it comes. College coaches are so out there with the salaries they're making. The NFL guys are buried.
Yeah.
10 coaches were hired. The last time, that ties the record, 9 this year, 10 last year in 2022. It's happened 3 times. 10 coaches were hired in 2022. How many of those still have their jobs as we sit here right now?
And what year was it?
2022. 10 guys hired.
I mean, I'm going to guess.
I'm going to say 2.
2 is the answer. Can you guess the 2?
Well, geez, that's going to be so hard remembering who was hired.
Yeah, I can't remember who was hired.
Todd Bowles, who some say should not be.
Could have guessed the rest of the show and gotten to him last.
Kevin O'Connell.
Should be.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, they made a personnel decision on going with J.J. McCarthy. There was some good, there was some bad, and they played in the crowded NFC and still went 9-8 after a really good year with Darnold last year. So I think Kevin O'Connell's done a good job. I think for most Bucs fans, and I think you probably would agree, if you could go back and snatch Canales or Liam Cohen as your head coach, you probably would do that.
Canales would have been my guy.
Yeah, I agree. I like Canales better.
Do you have the 8 that got canned?
I could go back and find it.
No, don't worry about that.
I mean, it's almost everybody. Mike McDaniel was one of them.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I was just going to see who else was in that group. I just forgot that class of coaches.
So the point being, the guys that are getting hired now, there's a good chance that 80% of them will be fired after 3 more seasons.
Yeah, Brian Dable was one of those guys.
Yeah.
Brown, do you like Stephen Ross as your owner?
I do not.
He turned down $15 billion. Somebody has offered him $15 billion to buy the Dolphins, and he says no. He's about to turn it over to his son-in-law to run the organization.
Damn, he must really like his son-in-law.
He must.
He must love his daughter.
$15 billion for my franchise.
$15 billion.
Who wins nothing. This is not based on accomplishment by any stretch.
This is all about weather.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's and the money that the NFL is just printing money, Lance. A $15 billion franchise.
But if I was I obviously he loves it. Like if I owned the Rams and had billions of dollars, I wouldn't sell them for any amount of money.
Yeah. No, I understand. That feels like that's a group of people that have ties to Middle Eastern oil.
that are buying that want to buy the Dolphins?
Offered $15 billion because that's not their valuation, I don't think.
Oh, hell no.
Well,
the Cowboys are the largest valuation, and I think it was, it might have been knocking on the door $10 billion.
I think it was $10 billion. I think that's exactly right.
Stephen Ross's net worth is $10 billion. So, I mean, this is his net worth plus another $5 billion. Now, he's not the sole owner. He wouldn't take home the whole $15 billion.
I mean, basically, it's doubling
a lot of it.
Doubling your net worth, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Buffett had some, and the sound machine, Gloria Estefan.
Gloria Estefan's got some. Serena Williams has got some. I mean, there's a bunch of, I think all of that together is less than 10%. I mean, Stephen Ross would take the vast majority.
But do you think all those less than 10% are like,
whoa, Stephen, what are we doing here? We don't win anything.
Yeah, the Miami sound machine hadn't rolled a hit out in decades.
I don't even enjoy going to the games. We suck. Sell this thing.
Yeah. I wondered if you liked them or not.
I don't.
I mean, the Glazers have brought us the best years in Buccaneer history as far as an extended period of time. But
you've got to have great ownership. You have to.
But they do it on the cheap as much as they can.
But there's something about.
That's what I love about Stan Kroenke.
Yeah.
Another one of
likes
these
to spend.
billionaire. Yeah, he doesn't care.
But there's something about my guy Stephen Ross that, like Armando Salguero, friend of the show for Outkick, covers the NFL, but he's based in Miami, and he covered the Dolphins for many, many years. And he said early, he's like, guys like Harbaugh will not consider the Dolphins. And Dolphins fans got so pissed at him, and he's like, I'm just telling you, he's not going to come to Miami. John Harbaugh's not going to come to Miami. And that's who all the Dolphins fans wanted. And he's just like, top-tier guys aren't going to consider Miami right now.
I think Harbaugh is taking, arguably
the best job.
The best job out there with the New York Giants.
Tyler has our 4 downs. We're going to do that after you tell us CPAP Plus. Rarely would I ask you to do this, but go watch episode 1, season 4 of Industry. Brown really good at this, knowing no backs or anything. Just tell me if you would like the show or not.
Okay, episode what?
It's the new episode that just dropped of Industry. It's year 4 of it.
The most I've ever seen Industry promoted. I'm seeing it all over the place. Again, I saw the pilot episode of season 1. I think somebody hung themselves in a bathroom or something.
Yes.
Yeah. And then
short run for that character. He was a big part of episode 1.
Yeah. I got cast, and then he reads the script. Damn, I'm already out.
And no flashbacks for that guy either.
It seemed like it was solid. It just didn't pull me in, but I didn't give it a fair shake. I only did 1 episode.
Yeah. I think it got better 2, 3, 4, 5.
Normally shows don't do that.
And the start of episode, there are so many seasons that season 2, episode 1, I'm like, boy, this is going bad. Season 4, episode 1 was a really good episode to start it off. I watched it yesterday as I was a little under the weather. It's a great way to start season 4.
So is it okay?
They brought in a couple of new characters. Wow.
You were trying to describe it. Could it be Succession meets Billions? Like, to me, Billions is the more sensationalized, cheesy version of Succession, but there's so much tech involved in it and so much stock exchange.
That's what it is. It's all about trading.
Yeah.
And sex and drugs.
Those all go hand in hand.
Yeah. Just the dynamics of working through friendships and mentorships.
It's in London,
stabbing
though, right?
people in the back. London and New York, yeah. It's crazy. I thought it was a pretty good episode. 4 downs today brought to you by CPAP Plus. That's sleephomealabama.com.
Yeah, you can check that website out if you're looking for the best CPAP gear with the personal service you can trust. Stop by today at CPAP Plus. You're going to find the best service and equipment all in stock, ready for you. 3 convenient locations throughout Birmingham, and that's Pelham, Highway 280 in Trussville. 5 total locations throughout Alabama. Get in, see Woody, Joe O'Neill, the fine folks there with hundreds of 5-star Google reviews. Trust CPAP Plus for all of your CPAP needs. CPAP Plus, where every night matters.
First down.
What's your least favorite movie trope?
Least favorite
movie trope or cliche? Just something that always happens in multiple movies and you dislike it?
I'll tell you.
Give me an example, so it would help me a lot. What's yours?
I guess mine would be something like whenever you have 2 characters and your main character is telling the truth and the other character doesn't believe them, but there's not really a reason to disbelieve the main character. That one always annoys me.
By the way, was yours in the 80s? The girl with the big boobs that just had sex always got stabbed in the chest?
Yeah, I hated that about it. That's when I stopped watching horror movies. They'd sucker me into.
I mean, you knew who was going down, though, right?
Yeah.
If they're banging, they're dying.
Yeah, there's a big, long sword about to come up through the couch. I don't like when there's somebody chasing somebody and they run to a stairwell and they always run up. I don't get that.
Yeah, don't go up the stairs.
You got more options on the ground floor.
That's limiting your exits. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you're thinking in your head, if I run down, there's probably somebody else waiting on me, but that'd make a lot of sense to me. How about running down and then out the next door and then running up a different staircase back up to the floor you're on? That's the last place they'll look for you, the same floor you're on.
I guess one of mine is the size and unlimited access of air conditioner ducts. Like, everybody, I mean, Die Hard is the famous one. Everybody's always crawling. They're always roomy. You got plenty of room.
Not that dusty.
And you can access anywhere in the building just in an air conditioner duct and go unnoticed. It's like the greatest way to break in anywhere is you do it through the AC system. Like, at some point, I'm sure we've probably limited that.
I think another one I don't like is whenever someone gets shot in a movie and they do the dramatic reveal that they got shot and you see the blood spreading through their shirt.
Yeah.
That one's just annoying.
I don't like the way they make guys seem so simple-minded that they can be lured into bad situations by sex.
That's right. All they think about is women and football.
Never, ever happens.
So unrealistic.
Yeah.
Second down.
Pitbull turns 44 today.
Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. Drew Brees turns 46. Better career.
Pitbull. I mean, Brees had a hell of a career. He won a Super Bowl with the New Orleans Saints.
Top 5 passing yard all time.
Pitbull's got one of them channels on Sirius XM that doesn't go away. They just keep it rolling on Pitbull 4 or Pitbull World or whatever it's called. And normally they rotate those artists in and out, but that thing's been going for years and years and years. He's got a bowl game now, right? Or a stadium?
He's got a stadium,
Yeah,
FIU.
he has the naming rights for the stadium.
He owns part of a NASCAR race team.
But, you know, I mean, literally worldwide, I mean, he is a famous guy. And you hear he's a really nice guy. I don't enjoy the music. He's got some decent collaborations, but...
Greg Sankey told us he smelled pleasant.
Yeah, he did.
I saw a podcast clip with him on it where he talked about he knew he made it when he looked up his name and he came up before the dog.
That's true. Yeah,
that is true.
Wow. Well, let me do that right now. That's crazy.
He made it when Greg Sankey sniffed him.
I guarantee that's the first time in history that's ever been uttered. Like when I Googled myself, he does come up before the dog.
Yeah. So you go to Mr. Worldwide, then you go to the dog breed.
Yeah, I guarantee if you put Breeze in, like a Breeze, the song, there's going to be a lot of things that come up. Probably a douche. I mean, a lot of things are going to come up before Drew Brees.
Summer Breeze.
I mean, some of that's going to do with how you're spelling Drew Brees.
Yeah, it's true. It is a different spelling.
2 years ago, The Last of Us premiered on HBO. So what's your favorite zombie or post-apocalyptic movie or TV show?
Oh, I'd say that's a genre I hate, honestly.
Oh, man, 28 Days Later. That whole, and I cannot wait to see Bone Temple. That's this weekend.
Yes.
I'm not going to be able to, I'm sure you'll be there today or tonight.
I've got my ticket for tomorrow.
Okay.
Walking Dead, I only watched one season.
The first season was great.
I watched the season they had the governor was in charge.
Yeah.
That was season 3.
That's when it started to go the wrong way.
Because I had to work Sunday nights, and it was on Sunday nights. My wife had watched the first 2 years, and she was watching it, and I was trying to make a move on her. So I started watching it while I was at work at CBS 42, and then when I would go home, I'd be able to, man, can you believe that governor? What a bad dude. Do you think the sheriff's going to shoot him? I'd just get enough. The little cow.
Just enough to admit.
The little kid.
Yeah.
Did you know the name behind the governor? I just recently found out.
No.
That's like overseas, like in England, the governor, you're the baddest dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
You are the man.
Pip, governor.
So, yeah, they call whoever the baddest dude is the governor, and I guess that goes back to that. I thought the first season was great. The Last of Us, the first season was fantastic, and they completely destroyed the second season. That's another thing I don't like is like forcing political agendas and societal issues and some of these storylines where it's just not necessarily needed.
Post-apocalyptic movies are probably my least favorite genre, honestly. There might be another least favorite genre, but I do not like the post-apocalyptic.
You ever see 12 Monkeys?
I have not.
What's the TV show that I watched that had 1 year the guy from the show that your wife and my wife and us watched.
It did that one season, and I don't know that it's ever come back.
Yeah, you're talking about Shirley K. Brown.
Yeah, it was on Hulu. What was the name of it? Paradise.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that makes you wonder, God, is this the time to bring it up? They were talking about this yesterday on Barstool. August the 12th.
Okay, I have seen this.
At 2:33 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I forget what time. 10. It'll be around 12 o'clock our time, I think.
Yeah.
That the Earth is supposed to lose gravity for 7 seconds.
That's right.
And that NASA's known about this for years, and they're preparing. This is what made me think of Paradise, because they're preparing a bunker to take world leaders, important people underneath the ground so that they don't get hurt. They expect 40 million people to die on the planet during that 7 seconds, because the Earth will lose its gravity.
That's a long time.
For 7 seconds. And if you're
Hold on tight.
You got to keep in mind, there are some places that will immediately flood because of the gravitational pull of the moon. And that you will, if you're like in Birmingham, you will float up for 7 seconds.
You know how high you can get in 7 seconds?
Yeah. And then the gravity comes back instantly and you drop. And there are places on the Earth that those people will die. They're recommending that you're in a sturdy, strong building with a low roof.
If this is true, they're recommending that.
Well, I'm just saying. Yeah. I plan on being inside because I don't trust the government to tell me everything anymore.
Like if we're in this room, we're just fine.
If the building is secure, because some buildings, remember, there's no gravity, so if the buildings are not really deep foundations, the buildings will start going up.
So bad day to hike?
Bad day, period.
I don't have a college degree, so I will say that at the outset. And even in an attempt to get one, I was not a science major. I don't think that's how gravity works. I don't think they're right about this.
There's two. They claim, whoever they are, and I get this is all from Barstool. So with it, I mean, it's not straight from NASA. Yeah. There are two waves, cosmic waves, produced by separate black holes that they're on path to intersect at that one moment, that are going to cause us to lose our gravitational pull between the moon and the sun, and for 7 seconds.
Damn, that is really, really scary.
What a great movie, though.
You brought up Greenland, the sequel. So I watched Greenland late night Friday night. Me and Maddie watched it. And
very good people.
It was with Gerard Butler. It was okay, but I thought the way they did it is very interesting. Like, they know the end of the world is coming with these comets. And so they select certain people. Like, he's an architect, so they need certain people to stay alive to rebuild society.
That was Paradise.
Yeah, so he gets a special code and he gets to go to this bunker.
Yeah.
But everybody else is just shit out of luck.
That's Paradise.
Yeah, that's
so I think that they would do it like, instead of mass chaos, like, you select these few people, you tell them to keep everything on the down low. They can bring one bag, that's it, and then we're all out to dry because they ain't gonna keep us.
One of the saddest scenes, I mean, it just was sad because it would happen this way. There's the staff at the White House in the TV show Paradise on Hulu. They're sitting there as this huge tidal waves are sweeping across the planet, and just wiping out. Live reporter in Australia just getting wiped out, and they're moving the president and some of the people that they want to keep alive to Air Force One, and they're walking past the staff that they're leaving behind, and even the who's the little blonde that does the press secretary, the press briefings, whoever the version of her is,
Caroline Leavitt. Yeah. She's gone.
They're like, hey, you go deliver this news conference and make sure you tell the people to stay calm. We've got this under control. Well, where are you guys going?
The bunker.
We'll send for you later.
Don't ask questions. Just go tell them. Hey, but I've listened to two.
So are we going to have a panic till August 12th?
Yes, we will, and I don't think anything will happen. But I will say this. Rogan, I've listened to 2 3-hour podcasts with this guy named Ben Van Kerwick. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. I think he's South African, if I'm not mistaken.
It's one of my favorite bands, the Van Kerwicks.
The Van Kerwicks. And there is overwhelming evidence now. Overwhelming evidence. First of all, that society has been around longer than we think. Second of all, that it was far more advanced than we initially gave it credit for. But third of all, that there was some sort of worldwide cataclysmic event
That made us start over.
That made us start over.
Yeah.
There's overwhelming evidence.
Well, and that's got to happen. I mean, just with all of the factors involved, like this one rock floating through this galaxy, something bad's got to happen.
There's all this archaeological discoveries where, like, the things they were doing and building were far more advanced than we had initially given them credit for. But across the planet, not just in certain parts, not just in Egypt, not just in Peru, but across the, I don't know why I said it that way.
I know.
Peru.
But across the planet, there is what they call this tool drop moment where they just stopped work right in the middle of all these projects, and it's everywhere. Now, they can't prove that it all happened at the same time, but they can prove that everywhere.
It's probably gravity.
I don't know what it was.
7
but
seconds.
it was some sort
That
of
paycheck
worldwide.
stopped going through. They're like, I am out.
Where's my honey?
I got to do a little research on this. I'm fascinated.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a great TV show or a great movie idea.
They better start writing.
Yeah, it would just be 7 seconds.
Hey, well, drop it on August 12th.
No,
that it very well could be what's happening.
Oh yeah, Taylor Swift's doing
some money grab.
Yeah, it could be just coming August 12th, 7 seconds.
Yep. I mean, John Mayer's already done Gravity. The movie Gravity's already been done.
And I mean, it could be the Super Bowl ad. It could be just August 12th. And it's just like 7 seconds.
No. But 7
and it's
seconds.
Just silence for 7 seconds.
Isn't that the model number for a bull rider?
It's 8 seconds.
8 seconds.
Oh. That's a long time.
It's a long time to just
Fourth
be going
down.
Just be floating.
What's one thing that you thought we'd have in 2026 when you were younger, but we just don't?
Oh, real quickly.
What?
$1 million idea.
Oh, here we go.
Parachute sales before August 12th.
But you're not going to get high enough in 7 seconds for a parachute to work.
Shit.
No, you won't. Not for a parachute to work. You know how you got to be for a parachute to work?
I mean, assuming you're hitting like terminal velocity, you'd be flying at like
you be
120
thousands
miles
of
an hour.
feet up.
No, you will not.
Oh yeah.
Thousands of feet?
Brown, if we
I'm going to
lose
spend the rest
gravity,
of the show doing some research.
Oh,
but
good.
If we lose gravity, you think we're just going to slowly float?
Yes. You're not just going to go.
Well, we're not going to shoot off, but we're going to start falling up.
Falling up?
There's no gravity up or down.
Here we go. What would happen if we lost gravity?
For 7 seconds.
Yeah. Okay. If Earth lost gravity, this is according to AI, the robot. Everything not anchored down, people, oceans, the atmosphere, would fly off into space due to the planet's rotation, leading to immediate suffocation, freezing, and exposure to radiation.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
It's going to happen sooner or later.
That's a drop of tool moment that you said.
Oh, that's it.
Okay, what was your fourth down question?
What was one thing that you thought we'd have in 2026 when you were younger, but we still don't?
Flying cars.
An atmosphere.
Gravity.
I mean, flying cars, yes.
Now, did people actually think there would be flying cars?
Yeah.
Or was that just
That was in movies and cartoons when I was a kid all the time.
I mean, I thought before 2026 we'd have
I
flying cars.
never really believed it because I just thought that there's no way there's like too much traffic. Like that would be an impossibility. I can't, like everything is kind of like watching Total Recall, the original with Schwarzenegger. I mean, some of the things, it's just normal everyday stuff now. So like, watching Blade Runner, I mean, we don't have androids running around, but we're close.
We are close to that.
Yeah.
Hey, this is bad, man. If we lose gravity, just reading this stuff.
I knew you should have brought this up.
Yeah.
Hey, the world becomes silent in darkness. Sky would turn black.
Yeah.
Internal chaos. Earth's core no longer compressed.
Y2K.
Expand violently. They said it's worse near the equator.
Y2K was going to kill us all.
Spins quicker down there.
So it's fine in other places?
No. It's
just worse.
It's bad everywhere. I'm just saying it's really bad down there.
Yeah.
Atmosphere vanishes.
Do we get dinged on YouTube that day, or are we good?
What, on the 12th?
Yeah, on the 12th.
I mean, that's scary. Yesterday, everybody that's Verizon lost their coverage yesterday, right? Are they saying that was a hack or something like that?
Man, I'm T-Mobile. T-Mobile texts me about the Verizon blackout.
I would say this. Remember, we're very close, or is it already happening on the app, Tyler? We're close to getting video on the app, or it's in the work in process. We're trying down the road to get, to where we're just all one big thing on the app.
Yeah, we're waiting on some approvals.
Yeah.
We submitted it the other day.
Yeah,
all right, good job.
We're getting very close there. So in case
should be able to get to unveil everything and go through all the features next week.
Hey, oceans boil and disappear. Without the atmosphere pressure, water would quickly vaporize and escape into space.
I know. Lance will not sleep tonight.
Inverness Country Club, place to go relax.
I'll be able to get a good tea time.
No, you will.
Everybody's floating off.
How far can you hit that?
Longest drive
tee?
of all time.
Yeah.
That's right. Bomb it.
The Inverness Country Club, they got memberships that fit everyone. You can find your sense of community there. Maybe relocated to retired. It's a great place to network. Again, memberships that fit everyone from the social, the golf membership, the racket club, childcare, also a big plus. Whatever your interests are, you can find it at Inverness. They even have a vineyard club. Take a tour of the club today. Call Aaron 205-991-8608 or online, iccalabama.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Hop in. Injured in an Uber or Lyft? Here's the problem. Was it the driver's fault? The other car? The app company? Good luck figuring that out while you're trying to heal. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys, they've got a guy for rideshare accidents. And here's the best part. They don't get paid unless you do. You heal. They fight. One call, 659-777-7777. Or visit alexwins.law. Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys. Because rideshare accidents need an experienced team. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
All right, quick segment here. Dan Orlovsky coming up in the next segment, about 15 after, to talk about the NFL playoffs. We get back to the college football national championship game, but a lot going on in the portal. If you missed it yesterday, Dante Moore staying at Oregon. We're waiting to hear word about Dylan Raiola to see if he is going to, if he signed anything, if he's going to stay at Oregon. The first blush is he is going to stay at Oregon.
I mean, what kind of, I guess you could stay there and wait a year as the backup. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world for him.
So,
honestly.
He hasn't taken a redshirt year, by the way.
Our buddy Charlie did remind me, he broke the leg, Raiola.
Right. Yeah, but it was not that a broken leg's not bad. It was a fibula, which is a big bone and usually easily healed, relatively speaking. No ligament damage.
He's saying the reports are he's up to redshirting because he's not going to be 100%.
Like I with a broken fibula when he broke it, it would not surprise me if he was ready to go in the summer. But
I mean, you never can tell anymore.
You can't. You cannot. As we get into the national championship conversation, the show being brought to you by our friends at Crane ULT. Tell us about Crane U and how massive is this 8.5-point spread for Indiana over Miami? I'll tell you after we talk about Crane U. Our friends at Crane U, you see the video there. Me and Scotty and Bo went out there operating those huge cranes. If you need the crane training, get it today. Looking for a new career, need further training to advance your current one, our friends at Crane U offer the comprehensive, state-of-the-art, fully stocked training facilities for mobile cranes, overhead lifts, or forklift training. If you want to use your own equipment, the team at Crane U will come to you on-site, on-location training offered nationwide. Make that job easier, your job site safer. Crane U also offers certification, safety inspections to ensure the safest environment possible. Classes available monthly, so call or visit our friends at Crane U. When you call Nicole, Fran, all the great folks there, make sure you mention the next round 10% off. For more information, craneu.com.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is the Shannara Spotlight, which comes to you every day, courtesy of our guy, Alexander Shannara, trial attorneys. You always think of them, understandably, because they've made a great name for themselves in personal injury claims. What you might not realize is that Shannara's attorneys go much deeper than that. Claims for fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, disability claims, workers' compensation, a host of other claims. If you find yourself in need of an attorney for any issue, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys, you pay nothing unless they win your case. Shannara.com, Shannara.com.
We started actually playing for the national championship on the field in 1998 when we did the BCS 1 versus 2. Eventually in 2014 to a 4-team playoff, and then starting last year, a 12-team playoff. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tied for the 6th biggest point spread in the national championship game. Indiana 8.5 over Miami. Just ahead of it is Ohio State and Notre Dame last year, which was 8.5. Turned out to be not a bad game, 34-23. Seemed competitive for a while.
Well, you remember Notre Dame had that incredible,
first
just
drive,
time-consuming, 12, 13, 14 play, 8-minute drive, went up 7-0 on the Riley Leonard touchdown, and you were like, damn, we got a game here.
That's right. Nope.
Biggest point spread ever for a national championship. They couldn't make it big enough. 2022, Georgia was a 13.5-point favorite against TCU. Final score 65-7.
You know, honestly, I actually saw this morning and was a bit surprised it was that low. I know that sounds crazy for a national championship game, a 2-touchdown point spread, but there was not a person alive that thought TCU could hang with Georgia in that game.
The next two surprised me that they were this big, but the second biggest one ties at 11.5. 2002 Miami was an 11.5-point favorite over Ohio State, and Ohio State won it 31-24 in controversy.
Oh, yeah, that was the overtime game with the late flag.
I remember that being an upset, but I didn't realize it was that big of an upset.
Me either.
Yeah, I just remember Ohio State being the dog.
Yeah, I thought it was 7.5. Maybe I got 7.5 in the second half because I remember, that came into play on that PI.
I covered this one and don't remember it being this big of a spread, and Auburn let it get away. 2013 Florida State was an 11.5-point favorite over Auburn going into that game.
I was surprised by that, too.
Yeah. I remember I had Florida State, and obviously, pulling for Auburn, but had Florida State, and it got middled.
But when we were out there covering that. I don't remember Auburn being an 11.5-point underdog.
I do.
I remember Auburn being up 21-6, 21-7, and being completely in control of the game.
But just go back and you look at, Alabama was, I think, a double-digit favorite in Jordan-Hare.
For the kick six game.
Yeah.
That would have been kick six.
Yeah, Georgia was favored against Auburn. Everybody was just waiting for that 2013 team to lose.
Yep, and finally it was self-inflicted at the end against Florida State. Couldn't stop them in the last minute and change. 2000 Florida State 10.5-point favorite over Oklahoma. Oklahoma won the game 13-2.
Terrible game. Terrible game. That was in the Fiesta Bowl, I believe.
And then Bama was a Notre Dame 10.5-point favorite against Notre Dame. Alabama won at 52-24. And then you had Ohio State in this one. So one of the biggest of all the point spreads, the biggest underdog is Miami. But they're playing at home. And we've seen it with the game of the century here locally and others that sometimes being at home isn't all it's cracked up to be. Here's Mario Cristobal on being at home and a different set of challenges that his team will face other than Indiana, who's traveling down.
There aren't really distractions. You either create them or you don't, right? It's on people. And so we get out ahead of that, right? That's one of the stronger, I would say, points of emphasis as you begin the week. Distractions and things and people have never been a part of the journey. You can't let them become a part of it now. I mean, from the simplicity of getting an email to parents as to, hey, take care of tickets by tomorrow because we don't want your sons running around and trying to figure other things out. They already have school, right? We have to prepare for an awesome opportunity. We preach it, we teach it, and then we go and we get away from everybody, just like we did a couple weeks ago, the last couple of weeks when we went on the road. And that's where I know the process was asked about earlier. It's no different. You just got to shut out the outside world and go to work.
I would imagine, I have not seen this, but I would imagine they are not sleeping in their own beds. I would imagine they're going to a local hotel.
I would think so because
just to be normal.
If a team were playing from out of town, they would have access to that hotel as paid for by the college football playoff. So you would think Miami would have that option as well. It would be the smart thing to do, obviously. I thought about this randomly just the other day, like what must ticket requests be like? Because it's such a tough ticket down there. I mean, I'm looking at the get in right now is at $2,856. Upper deck, end zone, row 20 seats 3 through 4 in section 334.
Yeah, at least that's down about $700.
Yeah, I mean, it has dropped a little bit, but that is still $2,800 per ticket. So it is a tight ticket. Oof. I cannot imagine what the requests are like for everybody around this program.
Yeah, and I think that ticket's going to go up.
And you know what the requests are? The requests are from people you haven't heard from in forever because it's such a bandwagon fan base. And these people are reaching out probably for the first time in months to some of these coaches and players staff members like, hey, congrats, man. Very, very happy for you. And then you just hope you get the return. Hey, I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, man. Hey, if you get any tickets, let me know. I mean, there's no telling how many texts you're getting.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's just part of it playing in the hometown. I'm sure the same's true for Indiana. I mean, that's a huge fan base that has traveled everywhere. And it's just as tight a ticket for them as it is anybody else. So I'm sure they're hitting up players too. So they're all dealing with it.
President Trump and Marco Rubio will be at the game coming up on Monday night.
President Trump doesn't miss many, does he?
Adding to the toughness of getting in and out of Hard Rock Stadium for that game coming up on ESPN Monday night, 6:30 pregame starts on the drive to kickoff. Always fun to watch that. Tom Luganville put out his best 5 fits yesterday out of the portal so far. Byron Brown is on that list for Auburn. Pretty good fit there. Luganville's best fits: Byron Brown, quarterback, South Florida to Auburn. Sam Levitt to LSU. Cam Coleman to Texas. Safety Earl Little Jr. to Ohio State. And then Turbo Richard or Richard?
I think it's Richard, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
From Boston College to Indiana running back. That's Luke's best 5 fits so far out of the portal.
Boy, I got to tell you, I had seen it tweeted. I finally heard this morning Cole Kubelik's
rant,
dismantling of Cam Coleman and Deuce Knight. You obviously have not heard it. You've heard it, Jim?
Yeah.
Did you listen to what Cole said?
It happened, yep.
I was a little surprised at how critical Cole was. I mean, clown-like behavior.
But he wasn't talking about the talent of Cam Coleman, right?
Oh, a little bit, yeah. Yeah, he was like, what has this guy done? You know, he's got 50 catches over 2 years.
Man, I think
what game has Auburn won because of Cam Coleman?
See, I didn't hear the clown part. I heard him talking.
He didn't call him a clown. Clown-like behavior.
Yeah, I just heard, to me it was directed at the fans of if you think two players, Deuce and Cam Coleman, them leaving is going to basically tear down your program, then you don't really have a program.
Well, he's right on that. And look, Cole has got his finger on the pulse of that program and knows a lot of people internally. I disagree with Cam Coleman. Just watching him, he hasn't. Again, receiver is a very dependent position. You need a quality quarterback to be able to get you the football.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Calvin Johnson when he was playing in Chan Gailey's offenses at Georgia Tech. He was non-existent, and he became one of the best receivers we've ever seen. I'm not saying Cam Coleman's going to become that, but I told our buddies Chip and Zay in Austin yesterday, Ryan Wingo, be prepared to be the number 2 on that roster. Cam Coleman is going to be your alpha, in my opinion. And I think outside of Jeremiah Smith, he might be the second best receiver in football.
And I agree with the parts that I heard from Cole about this. You just can't sit here and wring your hands over players leaving your program.
Oh, no. And I had no issue with that part. I was surprised how critical he was of Knight and Coleman. That surprised me a little bit out of Cole.
Well, I mean,
clown-like behavior. He brought up, I guess it was aimed at Coleman. I think that's who it would be, wearing a pink ski mask for a game.
I think I remember that.
Yeah. Said I would take 100 Jeremy Bernards over one Cam Coleman.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah. I think he really means the opposite. Give me one Jeremy Bernard over 100 Cam Colemans. I think would be the better compliment to Bernard. I think that's what Cole meant.
Well, he said that. I'm just saying, and I said this when Cam Coleman could be going to Alabama. If you got to pay him $3 million, I would prefer to have 3 really good offensive linemen at $1 million. Yeah. Because and that's why you just can't get so beat up about who leaves your program. It's about putting together a team. And one guy or 2 guys or 3 guys don't make a team, and sometimes you have to make a financial choice that I'm going to let said player go so that I can have 3 other players, and we're going to end up being a better team. It's hard to watch the superstars walk out, but sometimes that's the best thing that can happen to you.
Yeah, look, you've got to have the stomach for this. I mean, you're going to lose guys each and every year, and especially when you have a coaching change.
Yeah.
And especially when you have a receiver that has the potential of a Cam Coleman that has been somewhat productive but has been limited because of quarterback play.
I've said last year in the offseason, I said and worried about Ryan Williams. I don't want Ryan Williams to leave Alabama.
Wouldn't even noticed. I mean, Alabama is exactly the same team with or without him.
And he could come back next year and have a great year.
He could.
Right? He could be the best player in the country.
And I personally will be stunned if Cam Coleman's not fantastic at Texas. Stunned.
Yeah, I would be too. But, to have these sophomore slumps, do you guys think Malachi Toney's going to have a sophomore slump? I don't. Jeremiah Smith didn't.
But who's going to throw him the football is to your point.
Yeah.
They've got nobody right now. I mean, they've got somebody, but
it's not the level that they've had.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a team sport. It really is. And I think that's why not everyone, a lot of people are, going to basketball now because it is more, you play more games. You don't have the helmet on. You get to identify with the players for 30 games. Now, they may leave after 1 year or 2. But
many of them do.
But you get 30 games with them. And I don't know. There's something, it's easier to swallow the NIL in basketball than it is the college football.
Well, I think you're just used to it because there's so many one and dones. If you get a great player, you're only going to get them for 1 year, typically in college basketball.
Yeah. All right. Orlovsky coming up on the other side. Show being brought to you by a couple of great folks. One of them is our friends at Gutter Cap.
Cap it, don't snap it. Dirty, dangerous job. We talk about it all the time. The last thing you want to do when you get home from a long week of work is the chores around the house. Some of that you got to do, but one thing you don't have to do is get out the ladder, get on the roof, slip, fall, snap the neck, and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212. For more information, guttercapbirmingham.com.
And the final hour of the show always brought to you by the great folks at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Sterling and the crew down there, they bring you the 11 o'clock hour, which we have dipped our toe into now. He'll let you dip your toe into the great Southern fried chicken world. Brined overnight, cooked to order, juicy down to the bone. It comes out piping hot. It is so good. The batter, man, he could just fry up some crunchy batter, and I'd sit and just eat the crunchy batter pieces if he put that into a bag for me. Hand-cut chicken fingers are good. In-house made sides, Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. It's all on Highway 119 in Alabaster, champyschicken.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at The Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Missouri handed Auburn another loss last night, 84-74. They're now 1-3 in the SEC. Home game against South Carolina. Alabama on the road at Oklahoma this weekend. Texas, who beat Alabama, beat Vandy, giving them their first loss last night. UK wins at the buzzer against LSU. They had 1.6 seconds to Christian Laettner that thing up, and they did it. Ole Miss had a tip-in at the buzzer to beat number 21 Georgia last night in overtime, and Arkansas drilled South Carolina. That in the SEC, UAB beat Tulane, and that was Tulane's first conference loss. There is a point-shaving massive indictment going on. You tell me if these were the raised eyebrows. LT, Pete Thamel, has a couple of the wagers. $458,000 on Towson to beat UNC-A&T.
Yeah.
$424,000 on Kent State to cover the first half spread against Buffalo.
Yeah. Scott has posted them over there.
Yeah. $275,000 on South Alabama to cover the first half spread against Southern Miss. $256,000 on Northern Kentucky to cover the first half against Robert Morris, and $161,000 on Louisiana Lafayette to cover the first half against Southern Miss. That much to cover first halves?
Yeah.
That way I can convince you, man, you just suck in the first half. You don't come back and win the game in the second half.
Well, then, I mean, even if you get guys to spread this out, then obviously you're cutting into whatever you would profit on this. But, you know, if you've got 10 guys putting $45,000 on Towson throughout Vegas, and that gets out. I mean, there's no way this is not red flagged.
I think if I read this properly, only 4 players that are currently playing are tied up in this, and only one of those was at the same school. The other 3 had transferred to a different school, and unfortunately for friend of the show Antoine Petway, it's one of his players, and it's his leading scorer, Simeon Cottle, who's averaging 20 a game, is apparently tied, according to the reports, tied up in this.
Yeah.
That's bad news.
Wait and see how it shakes out.
Yeah.
On a different note, Dan Orlovsky in a second. If you can go ahead and pop that up, Tyler, just so we can get to Dan when he pops up. Today's the deadline for Division I schools to submit their fiscal year 2025 revenue and expense information to the NCAA's membership financial reporting system. The report is now asking whether data can be shared with the CSC Commission, the CS Commission, the College Sports Commission, the people that oversee NILs and stuff. So far, according to Sportico, most of the D1 schools are telling them, no, you cannot share that information with the College Sports Commission.
I mean, right now it doesn't look like there's
Dennis Dodd replies, whoa.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of cooperation, does it? Yeah, we're going to make your job just as tough as we make it.
Here's our fiscal for 2025. Can we share that with the people that's got to approve your NIL? No.
We'd prefer
you
not.
Cannot share that at all. No, thank you. You do not want to see how the sausage is made. This show is being brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. We're about to take a long look at the NFL playoffs coming up this weekend.
Yeah, 205-969-8100. That is the number you call. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. She's going to hook you up with that hassle-free consultation. 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Dr. Mort Michelson, the first to perform the LASIK procedure way back in the state of Alabama in 1995. Dr. Jen Michelson right there. They are the best in the business. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
The new stadium in Washington looks like it's going to fit into the landscape pretty good.
Yeah, this is the old RFK site, right? They're building it right where RFK used to be.
It's going to have a very, what does it look like to you, Forrester?
Kind of got a Pentagon look to it.
It does look like a monument.
Yeah.
You got
to fit in there.
You guys... Who on the show watched Everybody Loves Raymond? Who watched that?
I saw some episodes. I know what you're talking.
I have never seen an episode. Yeah, I know it was extremely popular on CBS.
You know the statue episode that way?
I do not.
Okay. But then you won't.
Hey,
you're not seeing the same thing.
I did want to throw this out just because you brought it up. Paradise Season 2, February 23rd.
Oh, there
I
you
see
go.
that in my Twitter feed now. Thank you very much. So there's the Commanders' new stadium.
It does look like it fits into Washington, D.C. It looks like a bit of a memorial of some sort.
And it does set between, that's the Washington Monument and the Capitol on the other side, right?
Yeah, that's the old RFK. It's right where the RFK Stadium used to be, which is very, very close to all the federal buildings.
Our man, Bo O'Neill, used to go to those games when he was a kid at old RFK, and I was like, was it as big of a shithole as it looked like on TV? And he was like, I don't. As a kid, you don't really think about those things. And I was like, I guess you're right. When I was going to Legion Field as a kid.
It was Legion Field was paradise, man.
The greatest place to be because you're at the game. So good look. I don't know, when's that opening, Scott? 2030?
30, yeah.
Yeah, so a long time. We'll have the new stadium in Nashville before that. Playoffs
Would you say in
weekend.
2030, Jaden Daniels a top 5 quarterback or not?
I would say
yes.
If he's got to stay healthy.
Took a step back, though, this year.
Yeah, health.
Well, I mean, he stayed hurt. And then, of course, they had him in a game late running.
You guys always have excuses.
Well, I mean, he did. He had 2 major injuries, one of which cost him the end of the year.
He did. While we wait on Orlovsky to jump on with us, college football coaches have all agreed, and they're going to give it to the D1 Commission now, to allow players to play up to 9 games and still retain their red shirt.
Why are we holding on to this red shirt? This is so stupid.
Just make it 5 years.
Just do away with the red shirt.
I mean, that really is the way to do it. And then it's cut and dry. Look, you got 5 years. I don't want anybody filing a waiver. Again, I don't have a problem if you make these guys, they can play as long as they want.
We'll eventually get there, I believe.
I mean, we got these Australian punters that are 29.
Yeah, we got NBA guys coming back, or G League guys coming back to college basketball. I mean, I don't know why we don't just let people play as long as they want to play.
9 games. So that would mean you just pick 3 to sit out.
Yeah. I mean, so what is really tell me, what's the difference in that and just playing 5 years and 5 years?
No, not if you go to 9 games. I mean, it's stupid enough 4 that we had to decide on who played what in the Auburn-Mercer game.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk NFL playoffs rolling this weekend. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. And I'd like to start off.
You want first question for Dan?
You guys are smarter about football than I am. I'm the weakest brain, the weakest link on here, Dan Orlovsky, as you jump on the show with us.
I think Dan's he's ascertained that by now.
He's figured it out.
Yeah.
Cold games that the Rams have to play in this weekend. You were in that division that had to play some outdoor cold games. Does it impact you as a quarterback? And is there anything you can do as a player to get ready for a game like the Rams are going to have to play at Chicago?
There's definitely things you can do to get ready. I don't believe the Rams are capable of doing it. The thing you do to get ready for it is to be in it, to practice in it, to experience it, to get accustomed to it. Obviously, you're not going to experience that in LA. I think a lot of teams, what they do that can't be in the actual environment is they go into their indoor facility, their bubble, whatever it is, and they just pump the air conditioner as much as they can. It's not the same. You can only get it so cold. You can't reproduce the wind. And so, I don't think that the Rams are going to be capable of replicating that. From a quarterback perspective, I would tell you just from the ability to go play, cold really isn't that impactful. Now, cold and wind, that could get you. The wind can get you. So more than nowadays with technology and the ability to heat the hand and pockets that you could have woven in, that's not going to be a big deal. They'll heat the balls. That's not going to be a big deal. But getting hit in that weather is not fun. We do have to remember Stafford is 37, 38 years old. He doesn't like to get hit right now to begin with. Not many do, right? But to begin with, those hits, if he starts to get some bodies near him, I do think that will play its part. And also everybody else, people delivering those hits, people taking those hits. That is a really big thing. The biggest thing that everybody does is you got to get yourself into the mental place, the mental state where, you brainwash yourself into thinking this will not affect me. And so you got to be a fortress up top in this one.
As a Rams fan, I said this earlier, if they were playing in SoFi, which if Green Bay just holds on,
they would score 60.
Yeah, they really would. And I really wouldn't be fearful of this game. I know with it being a playoff, you always get a little nervous. But this just seems like such the equalizer playing in this. And the Rams, 3-3 in their last 6 and some baffling losses, really had every opportunity to lose that game in Carolina. If the Rams lose, it's going to be special teams or that secondary, but that secondary is shaky at best right now, Dan.
Yeah, certainly the special teams have been the case throughout the season. It showed up against last week. My concern with the defense is it's such a fall off from where they were September and October, and I can't pinpoint the why. In their last 7 games, they have given up, over the course of those 7 games, there's been 75 drives. They've given up 21 touchdowns over that point. That'll get you fired. I mean, that'll get most coaches fired. And so it's the secondary, they're out of place, they're blowing coverage, there's poor communication, and there's nothing that's changed, both from a real schematic standpoint or a personnel standpoint outside of Witherspoon coming back. And so, yeah, I would have told you, man, the Rams will score 60 if it's in LA. Gosh, I could see the Bears scoring 35 if Caleb's on. So, yeah, I'm a little bit more concerned about this game because of the weather and how that defense is playing, more so than I would have been 2 months ago.
In the AFC, let's talk about Denver and Buffalo. That Buffalo defense, Dan, you just watched them against Jacksonville. They're just not – I don't know that they're championship caliber defense. Now, Josh Allen can erase a lot of mistakes. Am I oversimplifying it by saying that that's not a championship caliber defense in Buffalo?
It's not the level of Houston, championship caliber, and probably not the level of New England. I've been in the camp for about 2 months that I thought the defense was just playing at a much better level than people gave it credit for. They get 2 takeaways last week. That's a little bit of their DNA. They got to try to do it again this week. But I would also argue this. Even though Jacksonville scored 24, they made Jacksonville earn that 24. Again, the coverage was very good. I would tell you, I would think that this is a good matchup for Buffalo's defense versus Denver's offense. Buffalo's defense, they want to get you to play in doubt from the quarterback spot. They want to throw a bunch of different looks at you. You're going to get a bunch of different types of zones. Bo Nix struggles seeing zone coverage. Really good versus man coverage. Really a below average by a far margin player when it comes to zone. I think they're going to throw a bunch of different confusing looks at him. I think Buffalo's defense got a chance to play at a high level this week, and then you got one to get in, right? And then you got one to get in and really get to a championship, quote-unquote, caliber level defense. So I really like their blitz and their coverage package.
I think it was the 2011 Alabama team that had such a good defense, and they were challenged offensively. And Nick Saban on the headset to the offensive coordinator, Jim McElwain, screamed, if we're not going to take a chance with this defense, when are we going to take a chance? Let's risk it. Let's throw it downfield. I'm watching C.J. Stroud with that great Texans defense, and part of me is like, boy, I wish D'Amico would just tell him, don't be so risky with the biscuit there. But then part of me is like, they're trying to score points. Where are you on that? Is he too risky with the football, or is his defense so good he's got to try to do some crazy things to create some points?
Yeah, there's always a big difference between risk and aggression. I always want quarterbacks to be aggressive. Risk, I would say I want quarterbacks to be confident and courageous to put the ball in harm's way. You have to. I don't want you to be reckless. I thought CJ was uncharacteristically reckless with the football in his decision-making. It's also when. I don't want you to be overly aggressive or risky with the football if I have that style of defense, if I'm going to give the other team points or if I'm going to take points away from myself. And so if we're in that 30 to 30 range, let's be aggressive. Let's be aggressive because I don't want to fear mistakes. But once we get into those, that low red area or we're backed up and how the game flow is going, I don't want you to be overly aggressive. If we've got 3 points on the board and it's a 7-point lead and there's 9 minutes to go in the game, no, I want us to be a little bit more conscious of the situation because 2 scores feels like an insurmountable lead. And so that's all that kind of evolution and experience that matters.
So Drake May's had an incredible year, but the fact of the matter is, toughest defense he's played was probably Sunday night against the Chargers. Now you got this Texans defense that is lights out. And, I've been saying that week one, they went into SoFi and held the Rams to 14 points when the Rams were fully whole. This defense is crazy good. How do you think Drake May plays against them in Foxborough?
Yeah, one, I think Houston's going to give the left side of New England's offensive line hell. With Will Campbell, who's coming off probably the worst game of his season. And just talking about dealing with Hunter and Anderson's length, I think that's a huge part. But how does he play? I think there's a couple of things that he and New England can do to give themselves a chance. One, you have to put the sixth offensive lineman on the field a little bit more. They've been doing that more. Good. Two, the best way against Houston's defense to have success, take shots down the field. I think Kayshon Boutte has got to have a massive game. I think it's him, Stingley. Let's rise to the challenge, Boutte. And then the third thing is Drake's got to make some huge plays with his legs, which we've seen to be a little bit more the case. Certainly was this past weekend. There's not much that you point to against Houston's defense that you say, we can do that. Take shots against the safeties and Stingley, and then you got to make plays with your legs in critical moments.
Is Christian McCaffrey the most important non-quarterback player in the playoffs still?
I'm going to give you McCaffrey. I'm going to give you Puka. Whatever side you want to pick, whatever guy you want to back, God bless you. But watching what both of those two dudes do to their football team, it's hard to find other people being as important and doing as much.
Dan Orlovsky is with us on the Alexander Shenard Trial Attorneys Hotline. Away from the playoffs, there has been significant coaching moves made since you joined us last. Let's start with the breaking news this morning that John Harbaugh has taken the Giants job. Most everyone said that was the best job available. So, and in reality, this is not a huge surprise, right, that he's going to take the best job available.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, Atlanta's also a very good job, a ton of talent, no quarterback, fair. Giants are a really good job because they're the New York Giants, one of the blue bloods, and they've got a young stud quarterback and wide receiver. Baltimore is obviously a good job. They have Lamar Jackson, but I'm not overly surprised. It's one of the blue bloods that I was talking about franchise-wise. It's a blue blood when it comes to last name-wise, when the game of football. So I love the fact that, Harbaugh is there. And I do think the Giants have a little bit more individual talent on the team than the results. 5 fourth-quarter double-digit blown leads last year. If you clean that up, I think you got a chance to contend in the playoffs in a division that's got a lot of really big and important question marks going into next season.
So how do you feel about this Raiders job? Like, I love Ashton Genty. He never had a shot. He was hitting the backfield nonstop. Brock Bowers is an absolute stud. Max Crosby's an absolute stud. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on that roster, but if they get it right with Fernando Mendoza, and I don't know how you feel on Mendoza at the next level, is this Raiders job intriguing to you?
It's intriguing because it has the number 1 pick, it has cap space, and it has Tom Brady. That would be the intriguing reasons why. It's the worst roster in football. I agree. Genty's a little bit of an unknown. I think you trade Max. That makes the most sense. You're not going to win the next 2 years, at least at the level that, like, oh my gosh, that pass rusher truly can be a closer for us. So get value for Max now and really start to build this thing the right way. We talked a little bit about Houston. Houston 3 years ago was a mockery. They were firing everybody. They couldn't win. In the last 3 years, they've just hit on so many draft picks. So I'm a little bit intrigued. I'm not at the point to be confident to say Mendoza, no questions, the number 1 pick. I got to study him to really – it feels like yes, but to really make that, at least personally, that statement. But, Brady, cap space, number 1 pick, that would be the reason why you're intrigued by it.
I thought Michael Jordan was going to be really good when he took over the Charlotte franchise too. Are you sure Brady can do this? I mean, it's tough to do what he's trying to do.
Yeah. No doubt. And my natural reaction is like, I'm not betting against Tom Brady. I'm sure there weren't many people that were going to bet against Michael Jordan. Jerry West was great at it. So, it's not the impossible thing, but I'm not.
Yep. LT?
Yeah. Real quick, I was going to ask you one more coaching job. Pittsburgh.
Yep.
You mentioned blue blood franchises. Pittsburgh certainly is among a blue blood franchise. Lance made the case the other day, and I don't think he's wrong, This might not be the best time to take this job, though. You're not at a quarterback situation that's good. You're following a guy that did nothing but have winning seasons.
Defense is old and expensive.
Defense is old and expensive. Yep. This is not exactly the best time to take this job, is it?
I get that point. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's only so many of those organizations in the world that are. It's a brand. It's a logo. It's got a rich history. The ownership is committed and has the track record. And there's points and value to what you guys said about kind of where they are. That being said, they've got 5 picks in the top 100. They've got $65 million in cap space. There's not a ton of money that is committed to 2027 in their football team. And so, yes, there's some truth to the thing you said, but it's the Steelers, man. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that's got to carry weight just as much as cap space. There's places that you sit there and go, yeah, there's other more picks or more cap space, but they lose all the time. I bank on winners, and the Pittsburgh Steelers over the course of 40 years are winners, 50 years.
You want to be a GM someday?
Yeah, I have thoughts of it. I have thoughts of coaching, and I can sit here and one day I find the pros of it and one day I find the cons of it. Certainly the front office role and the GM role and the ability to put your fingerprints on what you believe is important in football and team building and being a part of that, and the challenge of doing that. Yeah, that's certainly so. I'm overly competitive. I'm hyper competitive. I love being a part of a team. I've only been a part of team sports. Even when I play golf, I have to be on a 2-man game and I have to be part of a team. So yeah, there's a reality that's just my fabric. Yeah.
So Dan, just a couple of minutes ago, we were showing the renditions of the new Commander Stadium, which is due to be released in 2030. I brought up the fact, I brought up Jaden Daniels specifically, but I'm going to throw 3 quarterbacks out there. You tell me in 5 years, which is a long time from now, where these quarterbacks will be. Will they be top 5 quarterbacks, top 10 quarterbacks, or borderline not even starting? 3 guys. Let's go Jaden Daniels, let's go Caleb Williams, and let's go Bryce Young.
Top 10, borderline starting. I think Jaden, the wheels fell off in Washington this year, and I believe they overvalued what they were. I talked about that all off season. Caleb, because what we've seen with his pulse and his ability to play his best when it matters the most, or it's mattered the most. Chicago's finally winning. The coach is elite. Bryce, I'm a huge fan of. I got to see more. Obviously, I love the fact that how he finished, even a loss, but I still just got to see more on a consistent basis of high-level play.
He is Dan Orlovsky, ESPN. See him throughout the weekend talking about the NFL playoffs. Enjoy the games, Dan. As always, we appreciate the time.
All right, boys.
All right, buddy. We'll see you soon. Dan with us on the Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
Well, I didn't know he had aspirations of being a GM someday.
Well,
I threw it out there only because when his contract was going on that, I'd read some players that some NFL teams were interested. I didn't know if he was interested in it or not. But
I know one thing that he really, really enjoys is doing the actual game telecast. And, ESPN's got a limited amount of those. They only do 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week, and he's on that one.
Yep.
But Troy Aikman ain't going anywhere. Troy's maybe the best in the business at doing that, in my opinion.
And Troy's probably got 20 more years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Troy could work forever, especially
if he wants to do it.
If he wants to. They're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah, he is the best.
And that was one of the rumors, was that Dan may bolt for somewhere like Fox or CBS, who's got a bunch of games and needs a bunch of analysts. But I don't know. I mean, I want whatever's best for Dan. He's really good at what he does right now, though. Really, really good at that.
But just like with Louis Riddick, for all those years, you'd hear him talk about teams and stuff, and 2 or 3 times he was a finalist to be a GM somewhere.
You always sound smarter on ESPN. I've told you guys that for years. You get on ESPN, you always sound like the smartest guy.
Dan's a young guy, so his kids could get older and still have time to go be a GM somewhere.
That job is so freaking difficult. I'm not saying Dan couldn't do it, but to be able to look at a kid that is playing at Fresno State and be able to say that cornerback is special, and we're going to take him to the 3rd round. We feel like it's a steal. We're going to trade up to get this guy. Yeah. I mean, it's just so difficult to evaluate talent that's going to be able to make that transformation from that level to the next. But some of these guys it's an art.
Yeah. Now do Kurt Cignetti and Surratt. I mean, Kurt Cinetti has this kid at James Madison and takes him with him to Indiana, and it's going to be an NFL star now. Probably.
Yeah, but it's weird though that you've had like Ozzie Newsome was widely regarded as the best talent evaluator in the NFL. The guys that were doing it for Belichick, and maybe it was just Belichick, they very rarely missed, it seemed, on guys.
Yeah. And since Jimmy Johnson, the people who've run the Cowboys.
Well, a lot of that's Jerry.
Has not been very good.
But Jimmy knew it.
Auburn's own Les Snead comes back to the Rams.
No,
the job
you're right.
he did
He's
without
fantastic.
those picks. Now, this past draft class was not good, or they haven't been productive this year. But outside of that, all the ones they gave up, man, they have killed it.
Show brought to you today by our friends at New York Butcher Shop. Our Jim, not me, another Jim, runs New York Butcher Shop. Good dude, 2 locations.
Yeah, thinking about either tonight or tomorrow night. Can't figure it out. One of the 2 nights,
both.
though.
Do both.
I might do both. I've done back-to-backs before. It is that freaking good. You pick up the steaks from the New York Butcher Shop. I get them a little dusted. We all do them a little different. Brown loves to do his on the ceramic. I love to do mine in the iron skillet and then broil it. But the best in the fresh meat, specialty items, deli sandwiches, fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. Get and see Jim, that great staff of butchers. 2 locations, the original Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Rare quality, well-done service. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
And I'm the barbarian that still likes to do mine over an open fire, a grill. It's Way to Wellness. They help me stay slimmer than I would be if I didn't have Way to Wellness in my life. Aplanforme.com. Leslie and her board-certified team will take care of you. They have no contracts. They have no sign-up fees. And your first consultation with Leslie is absolutely free. Injection therapy, they've got that available. Very popular right now. They've got meal replacements. They got the protein bars I eat to keep from bad snacking in a variety of different ways. No cookie-cutter plan. Everything's different. So check it out. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
From driveways to interstates, accidents happen fast. The insurance company's response? Here's our offer. Take it or leave it. Leave it. Call Alexander Shinar Trial Attorneys. Over 250,000 clients. And no, they don't accept lowball offers. They fight, they win. Over $2 billion recovered. Call now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Physical office location, Birmingham.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts World of Wheels, January 30th through February 1st at the BJCC. With customs, classics, hot rods, and more. Don't miss the Golden Riders motorcycle stunt team, plus BMX stunt teams performing outrageous stunts live. Friday, meet WWE star Rikishi. Saturday is Kevin Mack from Counts Customs. And Sunday, meet TV host Courtney Hansen. Bring the kids for free Hot Wheels racing, costume characters, rides, and more. Get discount tickets at all O'Reilly Auto Parts stores. Details at worldofwheels.net.
It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. The Bojangles Chicken Rice Bowl is back. Get dirty rice, slow-cooked Cajun pintos, cheese, and your choice of chicken for just $7.49. But order now. It's only here for a limited time. It's bow time.
I just wish it would happen now instead of right before football season. Like if I make it through the off season, then it's football season.
What, the no gravity on August 12th? Yeah, I would agree with you. Right before football season is a bad time for us to lose gravity.
What was the first thing I worried about, Brown?
The dogs. Lance literally just said in the commercial break, Tyler, and this will shock nobody that knows Lance, I got to figure out a way to tie down these dogs. That's Lance's primary concern.
Yeah, just if you don't know what we're talking about, just Google August 12th, gravity.
Yeah.
Now, here's the only thing I would say throws it off. There is also a huge theory that August 12th of 2036 is going to be the end of the universe. So, like, I don't know if there's an August. Was that the Mayan calendar,
no,
too?
Mayan calendar's already done.
Was that in May? No, but I'm talking about was it in August?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know when it was supposed to end, except for that was 2012, yeah.
December 21st, I think.
Okay,
Something
yeah, you're
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this now.
YouTube has a video sequence out. Earth to lose gravity for 7 seconds in August. Wild claims trigger chaos.
Oh, they said the economy will collapse for more than a decade if you survive the fall.
Yep.
Tyler, what year were you born?
99.
Oh, so you don't remember Y2K. This sounds a lot like Y2K to me, and nothing happened. Like, people were...
Yeah, but Y2K, the only fear was...
complete chaos, because the grid was going to shut down, the financial systems were going to shut down, we weren't going to have power, that the world was going to devolve very, very quickly into complete and utter chaos, and people would be killed and maimed and left to die.
I thought the funniest thing about that is we're sitting here... I remember being with people that night. What's going to happen when the ball drops? Well, the ball dropped in Australia
hours
a long time ago.
Sorry, nothing happened in Australia.
Yeah, I remember. I flew Maggie to the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, it was Bama, Michigan. Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady game.
And because we wanted to be together on Y2K just in case.
For the end of the world.
Yep.
Did you sit in the press box and she sit in the stands?
No, I actually sat in the stands with her.
You went out and sat with her?
Paid
Just,
for tickets.
Held her hand?
We sat out there and watched Alabama blow a lead twice.
Yep, missed an extra point, right?
I never really worried about Y2K at all.
What was the big fear? Because I know you said like
all the
power
computers
grids
were
would
set.
go out, but
the computer dates didn't. They went only up to 1999. So when everybody built computers, when it flipped over, all the computers were just
like
shut
you've probably
down.
seen Office Space. There's the glitch in there that they talk about that is in reference to Y2K.
The zeros and ones.
Yeah.
The sequences of zeros and ones were not built to go past 1999.
This one sounds a little more believable if there is a couple of black holes that are going to intersect.
Well, I told Dunaway, how bad would it be, though?
They said only 94.6% chance, by the way.
Okay, good. Well, we're still alive. I told Dunaway, how bad would it be if NASA has the theory right, but they do the math wrong, and they're off by an hour, and everybody's like, see, told you it was going to be a bust, and then an hour later.
They untether?
Yeah, hour later, we're untethered and floating everywhere.
NASA's mission's called Project Anchor with an $89 billion budget.
But here's the thing. Nobody can keep secrets, right?
Exactly. And NASA's not the only people that can figure this out. Other countries have smart people.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got a group of essential people that you're going to be saving and putting in this $89 billion bunker.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to leak. Nobody.
That's right.
Loose lips sink ships, and people can't hold their tongue.
Yep.
I also struggle to believe that NASA's getting $89 billion in funding for one project these days. They've been underfunded in recent years.
That's what they'd want you to think, Ty.
But you would agree, if you've got 8 billion people on this planet, you would not let people know this is going to go down.
No. That's the whole thing around Paradise. They knew the world was going to end. They built this bunker.
That's right.
Because they knew it was coming.
Or so we think.
They knew it was coming.
Season 2 coming soon.
The February 23rd.
Yeah, supposedly there's a bunker under, somebody was talking about this the other day.
The Rocky Mountains.
It was something else, too.
The Greenbrier? That one's been well known. That's where Congress would go and
Yeah,
nuclear fallout.
there was another one. I don't know, had an edible.
In
We
Venezuela?
were talking about it. No, it was something like a significant place.
Venezuela's where we keep our oil now.
Yeah, it was a significant bunker under like a landmark.
Greenland?
It wasn't Greenland. A lot of things go to Greenland
Denver
now.
Airport conspiracy.
Denver Airport.
Maybe
yeah.
it was the Denver Airport.
That's an entire society under the Denver Airport.
That's what
The
it was.
mole
It was the
people.
Denver Airport.
Yeah.
The mole people.
The mole people
Yeah.
under the Denver Airport.
Do you believe it?
No.
No.
That would be the Rocky Mountains.
It would be, but I mean.
So in that movie, The Terminal, which I never saw with Tom Hanks, does he creep out? Is it the Denver Airport that he comes out of?
No. He's just stuck in customs.
Okay.
He
But
can't
see, if we were building a bunker under the Rocky Mountains, Denver Airport would be a great entrance place. We could fly the planes in there, and then you just go down the secret
That's right.
portal
And you're underground from the get-go.
to the bunker.
Yeah. Maybe the best place to be August 12th is in space.
That's going to be tough.
Right?
Then you see everything coming at you in 3D.
That's going to be tough. There goes
Richard
Granny.
Branson will load you up in that Virgin shuttle and take off.
I'm going to be in the lower gym at Coleman Coliseum because that's underground and that thing has survived since the 1960s.
Yeah. That is a cockroach of a building.
It's the cockroach of buildings.
Goose in the chat room says, somebody's going to say on August 12th, what the hell? How'd we lose gravity? My wife pays the bills. Did we miss the gravity bill?
LT's going to be somewhere going, hey, Forrester, I can't log on to Twitter here. Can you help me?
What is the island where if you approach the island, they'll spear you to death?
Sentinel Island.
Yeah, North Sentinel Island.
Is anybody going to give them a heads up?
They'll be the ones that survive it.
That'd be the first time they've heard from anybody.
That's right. Gravity. What's gravity?
Hempill gets us to trash today, heating, cooling, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, working on August 12th. That's our friends at Hempill.
Yeah, do they celebrate any major
They
like
can't.
holidays?
They got to be on the call, man.
Yeah. Our friends at Hempill, whether you experience the plumbing, heating, cooling, any of these issues arise in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090. Hard to stop a train. For more information, call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Tell them the next round sent you. HemphillServices.com.
Like, okay, now I got to finish. And finishing on a guy that size is harder than you think.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Daniel says, no gravity? I'll be at Twin Peaks.
No. Some black eyes going to be busted out there. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Plenty of Bud Light at that signature really, really cold temperature there at Twin Peaks. So clips showing driverless delivery vans in China pushing through roadworks, rough streets, and traffic obstacles have gone viral online, turning the autonomous vehicles into a bit of a meme. Wow, he's getting after it.
Yes.
It's like a popsicle truck. Now, the videos show multiple examples of the unmanned vans getting stuck on broken roads, driving straight through fresh concrete, despite workmen's attempts to stop it, struggling on uneven surfaces, and even continuing to move with a motorcycle lodged under a wheel arch. Now, in each clip, the vehicle appears to keep driving despite the obstruction. The footage has been widely shared on social media with captions joking that, quote, nothing stops them, as viewers point out the van's apparent inability to react to unexpected situations. Now, the vehicles seen in the clips are part of China's rapidly expanding autonomous delivery network. Major logistics companies have been rolling out self-driving vans in cities and rural areas as part of the efforts to automate last-minute deliveries.
I'm surprised this video got out of China, though, no joke. I mean, they are tight on that stuff over there in communist China.
Man, I saw the AI is so incredible, so I really don't know what to believe. Like, I saw a video today of Rose and Jack would have survived the Titanic. Have you guys seen this?
If they had done what?
If they would have survived the Titanic. And it's got Billy Zane, that character, walking off, and then she has like 9 kids. I mean, it looks just so real.
If they had survived.
Yeah, and Leo, Jack is working in some factory, and then she sees Billy Zane a little bit later in life, and she's got her rags on, and he's walking with some hot chick.
The saddest video I saw that was AI was the last day of MTV. I sent it out on my socials. It was like, who was the old guy that did
Wilford Brimley?
No,
Kurt Loder?
Yeah, he was part of it. Who's the guy that did
Alan Hunter from Birmingham? Carson Daly.
Yeah, Carson Daly. So they had one last, total request, and then the lights start to flicker and it goes out, and everybody. And then Kurt Loder does one breaking news, and then
MTV is
Beach
dead.
House, and it was just all the lights going down. It was pretty
kinda
sad.
yeah.
What was the date?
The day MTV went out.
The day the music died.
Ago.
So, I can't get MTV now?
So you can still watch Teen Mom and Ridiculousness.
I was about to say,
Your Deck.
Yeah.
When is the last time you watched it?
I
can't get MTV now?
Yeah.
Boy, Lance, you probably haven't watched it in 20 years.
I mean, they hadn't shown videos, though, in 20 years, right?
They have the spin-off channels that are MTV Classic or whatever, and they do music videos.
Yeah, I would think that a channel like that might work, but if you say they've got it, then maybe it's not working.
Yeah, maybe it isn't.
But I
You
mean,
haven't
for just nostalgic reasons, just to throw that thing on and sit back for an hour and see what video pops up. I mean, that was the fun thing about it. Oh my God, Scorpions, Rock You Like a Hurricane's about to come on.
Turns out people would rather use YouTube nowadays for
Yeah,
that.
I guess that makes sense.
Good for us.
Wendy Lee Messer, 58-year-old woman, was arrested Monday night after a food-related altercation that included allegations of battery and aggravated assault with a weapon. Now, she's facing charges including battery, aggravated assault, and possession of cocaine. Following the incident, deputies responded to a report of an altercation at her home around 9:15 p.m. on Monday. One victim claimed that Messer threw a plate of collard greens at her, threatened to use a knife against her.
Should never use food as a weapon, ever.
Second victim reported fear when Messer approached her while holding a cast iron skillet in a threatening manner. First victim stated that during the argument, Messer swung her hand close to her face, narrowly missing her nose.
No.
When deputies arrested Messer, she reportedly reached for her pocket. Upon inquiry about illegal substances, she mentioned, quote, maybe marijuana, indicating possible drug possession. A search revealed 2 glass smoking pipes with residue typically associated with crack cocaine. Furthermore, they discovered a vial containing a white rock-like substance that tested positive for cocaine.
Good-looking pot of greens. It's the best looking part of the photos there. I like greens.
I like greens too. It's very polarizing though. A lot of people don't like them.
Oh, we're 3 for 3 on this. On this
they can be
table.
cooked. They can be cooked wrong.
Jeeves, you like them?
Love greens. Do you guys put the pepper
Boom.
vinegar sauce
yes,
on top?
sir, I do. As much as I can get in there. Now,
I hate when I get a stem sometimes.
Yeah, it's tough. But to Jim's point, you don't want them too sour, but then sometimes people go too heavy on the sugar and get them too sweet. There's a happy medium in there.
Matt McConaughey.
Bitter, not sour.
His lawyers want you to know that using AI to replicate the actor's famous catchphrase is not all right, all right, all right.
That wasn't bad, actually.
Now, attorneys for
Can
the
you
entertainment...
say Shannara Trial Attorneys?
Shannara Trial Attorneys. Attorneys for entertainment law firm Yorn Levine, representing McConaughey, have secured 8 trademarks from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office over the last several months for their client, which they say aimed at protecting his voice and likeness from unauthorized AI misuse. You think they have heard the commercials?
Well, that's actually a voice actor, though,
Yeah,
to be fair. That's not AI.
Now, those include a sound mark on the audio of McConaughey saying, all right, his memorable line from the 93 comedy film Dazed and Confused, which is closely associated with the actor. Other trademarks include a 7-second video clip of him standing on a porch, 3-second clip of him sitting in front of a Christmas tree, and audio of him saying, just keep on living.
L-I-V-I-N.
Now, per the trademark registration for the all right sound mark, the mark consists of a man saying all right, wherein the first syllable of the first 2 words is at a lower pitch than the second syllable, and the first syllable of the last word is at a higher pitch than the second syllable.
All right.
I don't think you can control AI.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Is that his most famous movie line?
Yes.
That's crazy. All the roles he's played in that still his most famous actual line. It's not his most famous role by any stretch.
No, I mean, like his most critically acclaimed would be Dallas Buyers Club, where he won an Academy Award. His best work, I think we all agree, True Detective.
Yeah.
But Dazed and Confused, man, he played that character really well.
He did.
Was that his first one?
Yeah.
First role? Wow.
That's his first role ever, Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, because he was at a bar in Austin, and he met Richard Linklater, I think, the director. I think that goes the story. He was in some other really bad movies back then, some of the B horror films. But I almost positive Dazed and Confused. I haven't checked his list of films, but I think it is. Dutch couple have had their marriage annulled after it was found that the ceremony had a Chat GPT speech involved. Man, this is crazy.
Why would that annul the ceremonies, though?
I will tell you, artificial intelligence has started playing a big role in the lives of plenty of people. In some cases, AI has been used to make people's lives a little bit easier. It can shave off some time doing the monotonous task at work, but it's not always that helpful. Some folks have found that different implementations of artificial intelligence actually make things more difficult. We've seen that documented over and over again when humans are forced to interact with AI to do something as simple as ordering food. However, over in the Netherlands, a couple has suffered a pretty big blow in their relationship after the person marrying them used ChatGPT to come up with their speech. Now, the couple is from Holland. They were married back in April of 2025, had their marriage voided as of January 7th, this past week, 2026. Now, as per the report, person officiating the ceremony used a Chat GPT-generated speech, meaning the couple didn't actually swear to fulfill their marriage duties. The AI-generated speech included lines such as, quote, not only husband and wife, but above all, a team, a crazy couple, each other's love and home base, and continue supporting each other, teasing each other, and embracing each other, even when life gets difficult. Now, as per the court's decision, they've asked for the marriage to be removed from the registry. The court understands that the date in the marriage deed is important to the man and woman, but cannot ignore what the law says, according to the report.
It's illegal. I mean, I don't think that's correct, because the law says you're actually married when you sign the marriage license.
I believe that is correct, yes.
It has nothing to do with the ceremony.
Yeah, ceremony is literally ceremonial, right?
Yep.
By the way, have you seen the controversy with ChatGPT and Stranger Things? Have you seen this, Tyler?
Yes, I have. It's been debunked. So, originally in the documentary that I brought up on Viewing Menu regarding the making of Stranger Things Chapter 5, you could see the Duffer Brothers laptop at one point open, and it looked like there was a ChatGPT logo up at the top.
Right, on one of the
unused
tabs. Yeah.
But it turns out if you zoom and enhance, it's one of the Chrome memory saver tabs.
Oh, okay, good.
So once you switch off of a tab for so long, it just goes inactive and looks like that.
Okay, good.
So they were working.
Well, I'm glad to hear that,
Rocks.
actually. Yeah.
Still disappointed with the finale.
Oh, sure, but
right.
it wasn't ChatGPT that wrote it, as some people were suggesting.
And that is Trash Today. This hour brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, champyschicken.com. Sterling and the crew down there are taking care of you. Hand-cut chicken fingers, Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, po' boys, and, of course, that historic fried chicken that's brined overnight, cooked to order, juicy to the bone. It is absolutely delicious. Great customer service, great happy hour. It's a destination lunch location. champyschicken.com. Go by and say hi to Sterling and the crew there. If you're an Auburn fan, you're watching LSU wide receiver Kyle Parker. Auburn's in the mix there. Ohio State's in the mix there. North Carolina defensive lineman Dontre Robinson visiting Auburn today, trying to get a couple of portal moves there, according to On3 Sports. And we're waiting to see if Dylan Raiola is going to stick with Oregon after you get Dante Moore announcing he's returning. When you look at the future of college football, our final question of the day, who do you think is poised and most likely to be the next Indiana or Texas Tech? The team that has flipped their roster and or bought their way into this, a newcomer into the playoff.
Well, I mean, this year it looks like Ole Miss, right?
Yeah, really.
But, I mean, they were in the semifinals, so it's hard to say they're a newcomer. I don't know.
I am going to go way off the board here. Because the team I'm about to say, you're like, there's not enough commitment to even football for that to matter. You would have said the same about Indiana if I'd have made the Indiana argument.
You going Kentucky?
Nope. I am going Stanford.
Yeah. Stanford has more money.
More billionaires than anybody else in football, I think is what you
they
told
would
us the
rather
other day.
watch video on hacky sack than football.
You would have said the same thing about Indiana.
They put Andrew Luck in charge for a reason.
Yeah, Andrew Luck there, if he could get in just you said 93 billionaires are Stanford alums, and that was Stanford.
Yep. He got bored with football.
He did, but he's not so bored that he didn't move back out there and become their GM. All you got to do is get in one of those pockets. 93, if you could just find one pocket to get in.
Well, we saw Stanford really good with Jim Harbaugh in the beginning of David Shaw. Those were really damn good Stanford
No
teams.
doubt.
And if you get money behind it,
I was going to mention Virginia.
They've got money.
And they seem to be making some noise in the portal.
Yeah, in the ACC championship game already this year. Tony Elliott's done a much better job than I anticipated there.
Yeah. Tough couple of months, couple of years on the Blue Bloods.
Yeah. It is.
I don't think anybody's feeling sorry for them.
They're not.
No.
They're not. They're not.
When I look at the portal standings and see where Georgia is, it's not like Georgia is the model in the SEC right now, but it's not like they're out there destroying it the way A&M is.
Yeah, but as I said this week, Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, you've got these great recruiting classes. Maybe you don't have to use the portal at all or as much.
Well, what's going to be amazing is if A&M, already in the playoffs this year, does the portal the way they have been already, and they still can't play for a championship. There's just something there.
All right, we'll do it again tomorrow. Don't forget to go check Bama and Bourbon out. Aaron Suttles and Lance talked about a lot of interesting stuff, football and basketball for you there. And we'll get you ready for another big weekend of college basketball. Bama's on the road at Oklahoma. Auburn's at home to South Carolina as they look to bounce back from that loss to Missouri last night, Stephen Pearl and company. And we continue to get you ready for the national championship game tomorrow. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.